And we're going.
And we are going.
Hello, everyone. On today's episode of Let's Talk FGO, it is now 2021. It's canon. It happened. 2021 is real. And, of course, you all know what that means. That means a lot of new stuff in FGO JP and NA, including, oh, Lord, he is real. Sword Jesus has come. He is risen. Hello, chat. I notice you. We're going. Yes, there's a live chat. Sorry, I had a sudden cough. It's not good.
Yeah, no.
Because I need to introduce us. We are your hosts. I'm not the invincible swordsman Jubei. I'm not the one praised as a spy master Hanzo. I'm not the renowned caster Abe no Senmei. Once seeking for the ultimate banner. Not a banner that cuts through FP, Wallet, or the Whale. I seek a banner that cuts salt. A banner that severs rates, severs pity, severs rarity. That is to say, to free one of one's luck. Countless years of saving to reach this place. Made over 1,000 rolls, forming a pile of salt. Many paths converge here. Enduring desires flow here. Unjust luck sacks gather here. My whole life has been for this single roll. The heart of the gacha is here. AKA Omega Muramasa. And with me, as always, my co-host, that other guy over there. He's your local Caster Rabbit waifu fox. Lucky.
Everyone, I hope you're enjoying Fate Grand Order, aka the memes are dead. And while we here at StudiOmega like to bring you the latest FGO-related news and memes, we will be talking about current and future events for both the JP and EN versions of the game, so anyone not wanting spoilers should prepare for a grand carnival.
Yes. Alrighty. Yeah, I figured since the memes were dead, we should do something a little interesting there. I came up with that edit yesterday. And you asked me about it last night as you were writing down show notes.
Yeah, I was just all like, what is this big block of... Oh.
And I posted the full text for patrons in our patron chat, if they're looking.
I hope they are.
Speaking of which, I would like to remind everybody real quick that this episode is brought to you by our patrons like Adam DeHarp, Ahigo Comics, Architect 10, Blacklist OG, Carlos Qua, Jeremy Vasquez, Jonathan Sandoval, Kylie Denton, Legendary Boss Hunter, Liam Kessler, Regent Raptor, Rogue Robin, Shawnee P, some guy named Bob, Sodasan 0424, 723, and Zach Reed. If you like what we do want to see more, consider us as a patron. You can get access to episodes early and lots of other goodies, and it really helps us out.
Thank you.
Your support, everyone. Oh, I need to spend an apple. Luckily, they gave me 21 of those.
Good civ. Very good civ.
Yeah, it's not that I have 550 right now. And they gave me 21 more ones. Let's go with... I'm clearing out all the new rank ups really quick that I can do. So let's take a K-Scope Raikou on the support list and just do my 3-turn farming setup. Then I got to actually farm the event. I was trying to make sure I got far enough in the story that I got points when I woke up this morning, but I didn't, so I don't know if I got far enough.
I haven't got that far, I can tell you that right now. I only did the intro.
That's okay. I'm assuming the game assumes that you won't do anything the first day because it started at 3 a.m. With no maintenance, by the way.
It was a little spicy.
Stealth burb. I made that shitpost already, guys. Listen, I was very tired New Year's Eve, so I was a little punchy. I did get a haircut, though.
Actually, you know what? No. Let's...
But, all right. Verifying all my buttons for the audio version.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, everybody make sure to log in every day. But, yeah, we're going to be talking about the new New Year's event, the thing that's happening in JP, lots and lots of other things. But really quick, let's check in with everybody's favorite Kohai, Mesh. That's right, everybody. It's time for Wake the Fuck Up Senpai, a regular segment for pro tips. It's pretty simple. Hey, the January exchange ticket items are feathers, seeds, and proofs. Go nuts. Which I'm sure many people will. Okay. Let's adjust my microphone and stuff. It's casually Stella in the background.
Casually Stella.
Oh, I'm just, like I said, clearing out those rank ups. I'm working on Kiyohime's right now. I think this is my last pip. I already see it in the chat. Proofs. Yeah, no. Like the midnight to 10 a.m. on the first day is an awkward time. So I'm not sure anybody would earn a lot of points anyway. There's only so much you can do in that time. But all right. Speaking of new stuff, though, let's just go ahead and move into Rockets on the Throne, a regular achievement topic. Everybody's gonna want to know.
Yep. So I'm first up. So, actually, let me actually do this because I actually finished this while working on stuff today. Forgot. So, Tama Lancer, Grailed, and level 2 100. I finally have my trifecta of Tomos at 100. It is powerful. It's super powerful. But in addition to this, Theon and Tomoe, as well as Mozart's Malice, have been protected. And just in case everyone is curious, Lucky got his third shoot-in on the GSSR. Not...
NP3's not the best, but not the worst.
It's not the worst. It's not a Vlad.
It's not what Tank, who does Daily Melt, got, which was he got another Melt, a.k.a. his 6th.
Yeah,
so...
that's,
Kids, that's what we call an oof.
That is an oof. It's a big oof.
Big oof. Well, so I'll talk about me, because this is very funny in the context of certain things, but I'm continuing my double GSSR streak. I managed to acquire both Nero Bride and Dantes on the same roll. Skip Gang represent. And Emiya becomes another rare prism. I now have 10 rare prisms. 5 of which are from extra Emiyas and extra Thenos. It's only those 2. I think this is actually like NP7 Emiya. Like, honestly, it's a little bit of a weird one. Like, I was getting a lot of 4-star Cs. I'm like, okay, I see how this is. And then it gold sparked into a Saber, and I'm like,
There was definitely a what?
Yeah, so there was Neo Bride. I'm like, all right, cool, okay. I don't need a single target Saber, but she's arts. That's cool. She's got a lot of stuff. That'll be fun. And then I keep going, and I'm doing Skip Gang, so I'm like, another 4-star C, another 4-star CE, all of which I already had all the copies of. Cool, great, love it. Then I got a silver Archer card, and I'm like, wait a minute. And then it flipped to gold, and it was Emmy, and I'm like, that's funny. That's funny. And then Skip Gang continued, and I got gold sparks again. And that was when the what happened. I was like, really? Again? Okay. And yeah, so that was Dantes, the boy. He's here. That'll be very fun in future. Change. Yeah. So let's move swiftly on, because I got to tell you, I don't have any other good news yet.
No.
Let's talk about bad news.
Bad news.
Not all the world's evil, but damn close.
So this ain't necessarily bad news or evil, but Lucky...
There's a sinister energy in the air.
Yeah. So, like I said, Lucky was fired right in with his GSSR. You know, got his one shooting doji. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's fine. That's not the worst. And then in our Discord, particularly, people just start rolling in with waves of waves. It's like, I got double SSRs on the fucking... Oh, excuse me. Double SSRs on
it happened a lot.
It happened a lot. I'm even looking here at the YouTube chat. It seems like it happened to a fair bit of y'all there. And I'm just like, Lucky has gotten SSR and multiple SSRs on singles, but I don't think I've ever gotten a double SSR. Someone might know better than I do, but I can't recall it.
I think, honestly, the only times I've gotten the double SSR has been on GSSR. Last New Year's, it was Melt and Drake, who were both new.
Yeah, so I'm just like, not only that, but Dallas, that hecking Lexac, fucking got a double SSR on the Benienma banner, and I'm yelling at him. It's like, that's technically worse odds, you fucker! How dare you?
That's why I made sure to throw in. I think it's in the original. By the way, if you don't know what chant that was Muramasa Sukumari.
Yes.
His unlimited Bladework style chant. So originally it was like unjust deaths. I put unjust Luxacs in there.
Yep. By the way, people in YouTube, can you hear the game at the moment? Because I'm looking at my OBS. I'm not picking up any audio. So I'm just making sure.
Yeah, you guys let us know. I don't want to, because I'm rolling audio, I don't want to unmute the stream preview, because that could result in double sound, which would be very awkward for y'all.
Awkward.
We don't want to do any weird sound clips, any weird echoes.
Okay, so no.
Yeah, no, like it was just a little weird thing that happened. I did notice quite a few people got I noticed a lot of non-new Scotties, which naturally caused me to chuckle at the Scotty conspiracy. Like, I don't think it's all the world evil, but there were quite a lot of tickets as a result of this event and everything, and a monthly reset. So I threw all those at the first run of the banner, to let everybody know. No, even though I have the, like, 430 quartz still after I pre-spent my 15 paid, because they just keep shoveling it to us. I have not rolled any 10 rolls on the New Year's banner yet, because I'm waiting for the 3rd this Sunday.
I apologize for that loud sound. I tried adding a new audio source and decided to have it maxed. Immediately, it was like, no, stop! It did not stop.
But yeah, no, so I'm planning on waiting until the 3rd, which is the day when Tamamo is also on raid up, because, guys, it's been 3 years. I don't have a vanilla Tamamo yet, which, especially now that I've rolled Bride, would be very handy to have. Also, all the arts units I want in 2022, but we'll talk about that later. So, yeah, I'm waiting a few before I do at least 2 to 3 10 spins, because I've got a lot of quartz right now. Though I don't want to go too ham, because the first event I actually want to roll on will be relatively soon. So yeah, I'm waiting a little bit before I get in there. I think Talon was the only unit I have that had a rank up just now, because I did Fion, Cat, and Kyo, obviously. Right, Dantes has a strength thing. I gotta give him EXPs. I did not get any double or super, but yeah, what I was saying was I spent tickets and I got... I got double GSSR, but I immediately got my comeuppance. FGO was like, hello, would you like this 3-star archer, or were you perhaps looking for a 4th copy of Phantasmal Beast in a row? I'm like, no, FGO, I'd really just like any event CE. I eventually did get like 3, I think, Modest Pigs, which is the Charlotte's Web reference if you don't get it. But that was only on like literally the last 5 tickets. I got 3 of the event CE. So my support setup might be a little bare until a couple of days in. Sorry about that. I'll do my best to keep event servants or just good servants on the list, though. Speaking of which, I now need to go to the event map and do some farming. But yeah, so speaking of farming and stuff, let's check in with everybody really quick, and I will ask everybody, did you finish your master missions? So this week, I'm gonna need you to do 30 FP summons. If you haven't done those already, do them now. Maybe you'll get a CE. You never know. You also need to defeat 20 enemies, no servants or bosses. Defeat 40 enemies, no servants or bosses. Defeat 15 demonic enemies, complete 5 quests, and complete 10 quests. Again, this isn't so much do the event as it is do anything. You know, like, do quests, beat up enemies. Some of them should be demonic. Do your weekly FP rolls, you know? Yeah, technically I believe it's been about 3 years since Tamamo was introduced. No, the 3rd. At PST the 3rd. So, yes. No, not tonight.
Sunday night.
Yes. It'll be a couple of days. Yeah, so that was... We can talk about that because we're about to move into skelegrams, I think, if we don't have anything further to talk about master missions. But... yeah, that was actually a very interesting thing. There was no maintenance on New Year's. And as far as I know, everything went on without a hitch. I logged in at 11 p.m. Eastern to get my special summon ticket for the evening login, and then there was no maintenance.
Mm-hmm.
It was very stealth. I don't know when they preloaded all that, but they got it all out of the way. That's pretty good. Went off without a hitch. There was a data update at 3 a.m. Eastern, midnight. Yes. But which was decently sized. I think it was like 45 megabytes. But there was no maint and nothing, so that's pretty good. Let's see. Alrighty, so...
Oh no, look at this adorable thing. I must save it.
Yeah. Lucky's doing the event story right now on stream.
Yeah, because Omega doesn't ever pause enough for Lucky to actually talk, so whatever.
I was just running through all the news, the business.
Yeah, I know, but I find it hilarious that you say, so if we have nothing else to talk about, we're just gonna keep going. I'm all like, you didn't actually give me a chance.
Well, I don't know. We're in the news bit. Did you have something you wanted to say about Master Missions?
No, I had something I wanted to say about roles and whatnot, but we're like literally like we've gone like 3 parts already past that.
Okay, well, if you want to say it, go ahead. I gotta build a team just now.
No.
Well, I'm pretty sure, because it's not in the notes.
It is adorable.
Neither of us got anything spicy on those tickets.
Well, I was gonna say, I actually got 2 of the 4-star CEs, and then I spent 400k friend points to get a single copy of the 3-star. Oof. You see, yeah, that'd have been nice to actually talk about in the moment.
Yeah, it's still fun to mention now. Okay, so I've noted this should probably be in like our first impressions of the event, and I don't think Lucky will have realized this yet because he's still doing the story stuff. But there is something slightly annoying, much like Summer, about the fact that every servant is technically a bonus servant. If I turn on the event bonus, nothing happens.
Yeah. No, I got a little bit of that already. Like for right now, I'm trying to hyper focus on the actual bonus servants, I guess. You know.
Yeah, because they get you more drops and stuff.
They get you more drops, but yeah, but that's like, this is one of those things where I have to actually go to the page and be like, all right, who's actually bonus?
Luckily, it's not a super huge list.
No,
for you, it's probably pretty easy because you've got a cat.
Yeah.
It's just that some of these guys are me.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, so if people are wondering why Lucky was Caster Rabbit Wife, it's because there's actually a lot of Tamamo action.
Yeah, no, I was actually
we'll talk about that in a
surprised.
second.
I think it's one of those things I have complained about, this, that we almost never get to see Tamamo in a main role, I guess I want to say, a main supporting role. So I'm glad to see her in this, but
yeah, I can check my notes for news in just a second, but Lucky is playing an event story map, and I'm literally like exercising my brain to figure out my team comp for this node. Because it's like, wait, who does stuff?
But yeah, a lot of Tamamo action. Actually, if you want me to start going into the news, I can do that.
Yeah, sure. If you want to just get started on the JP stuff at the top.
Yeah, I'll start with the JP
JP
stuff.
gets the notes first because technically theirs happened first.
Yes. So, Happy New Year's 2021, running from January 1st to, oh, look, tiny monkeys. Oh, they're demonic. They're cute, but evil. Running from January 1st to January 10th. Log in for 30 Saint Quartz. Get a rare prism and grail for some 3-day logins. Super powerful.
Yeah, that's right. If you log in for 3 days, you get a freaking grail.
Too powerful. Also got a social media campaign for a CE. Double MP from daily missions. We have the half and quarter AP usual, plus the double suck chance, etc., etc. Spirit Vein stones have been extended to January 10th, and you get 3 more. We have special panel missions for CE XPs and a new command code.
Yeah, it's actually somebody explicitly compared it to Azure Lane earlier. It's you get like the special master mission things, but there's a little panel that reveals them and your rewards. So it's got a little bit of interactivity. That's cool.
That is very cool. We got extra Da Vinci stuff, good stuff, a start task, and returning master stuff. I said the usual. But as everyone in the stream was anxiously chomping at the bit for, everyone was excited to see who the new banner SSR was. Guess what? It was Saber Muramasa, the Sword Jesus himself, who also has a trial quest. Also on rotation, we have Super Ryan, Tama Lancer, Maid Alter, Ilya, Semiramis, and Abby.
Unusual. Which, by the way, that's a big deal because that means that Gil's streak has been broken. There's no New Year's rated for Gil.
Yeah, actually, New Year's actually has this really interesting fucking pattern of ever since, I think year 2, because I think year 1 it was Karma
Yes,
Arjuna.
year 1 was Karma and Arjuna.
Yeah, but after that it was Musashi, Hokusai, Benienma, Yang, and now Murasaka. So we've gone Saber Foreigner, Saber. That's...
We'll see what happens in a year.
We'll see what happens in a year. Just fun to note.
Also, all of them are, like, India's not as much, but it's still a linked culture in that great big cultural diaspora. Those are all Asian servants as well, which I think makes sense. Like, some people were like, ooh, are they busting out Muramasa because they need cash? I'm like, no, I think because it's New Year's, and that's a big deal to Japan. Like, it's a really good time to bring him in.
Yeah.
Plus, like we said, there is that weird alternating pattern so far.
So, there is a lucky bag. It's divided by Knights, Cavalry, Axer, and also by gender, red and white. Little crazy.
Okay. Yeah, so hold on. Is that the last bullet point?
Before the TV
no,
broadcast?
okay, I got the TV. Yeah, talk about the TV thing. We'll cycle back to the lucky bag. I have to pull up a fucking picture on that.
Yeah, you do. Alright, well, shoot, if you told me that, I could have thrown as an asset up here and thrown it up. But, so there was a TV broadcast, had a bunch of stuff. Our prediction was spot on. We do have the return of Carnival Phantasm, except it's now, Grand Order Carnival. Literally showed, I guess, I'm not even necessarily going to say the first episode, but because it's going to be
the first skit, at least.
Yeah, it's, because they said it's going to be a OVA. And they...
Yeah, first series, I don't remember the exactly. It was a small series of episodes. I think all the Fate skits are like about an hour and a half long.
Yes, and then yes, like we said last week, Neko Gramps. Well, actually, it's Neko Gramps, Neko MHX,
as shown.
Then Neko Fran, and who was the last one?
I don't know. She had purple hair, but it was
like
Medea/Carmilla's VA.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Carmilla, but all in or Herberber. I can't pronounce it. And, you know, during this skit, and Gramps, voiced by the lovely Joji Natika, basically lays it down that, like, every 10 years, some shit's about to happen. And...
in a deliberate parallel to the opening skit of the original run of Carnival Phantasm.
Yeah. It's great.
By the way, there are... No, Summer Carmilla was in the skit. We're talking about the pre-skit bit.
Yeah.
Where there's a woman that's, like I said, that's Medea's VA. She had purple hair, but she wasn't wearing a hood. I don't know. Was that Medea?
I don't know. But they went on a full skit where they hold Nero holds the Olympics. It went as swimmingly as one would expect. And actually, they did something that I was kind of hoping that they would do for something like this. In the fact that they used the female MC as the main character instead of the male. Because a while back ago, I harkened back to the Grand Blue Fantasy animations, where they, for the main story, they used the male, Gran, but for seasonal things like there's like events and whatnot, the animation always uses the female, Jita. So I'm excited about that. I hope they keep on that trend. There are some people who've been asking for having the female NC and more animation, so here you go. But Lucky, there is a subbed version out now. Lucky has not seen it, but interesting enough, I don't really feel like I need to see it. Like,
You follow along. It's only, what, like 15 minutes in?
Yeah, it's like I follow along the jokes long enough, and just listening to MASH do the hardest Sukomis, I'm like, I don't need any translation. It's just know how fucking distressed MASH is right now.
I did actually watch the subs because it was just one skit, so it was pretty short. Yeah, it's like really most of it's visual gags.
Yeah.
They do captions, like canonically in at least in the skit anyway. Gurako has a grailed red hair. You know, which they showed on screen. There was all the coups dying. Achilles and Atalante will get ready to do the dash. There's a great shot of Bradamante from behind. They know the meme. And then KP wins because she's huge.
It takes one step. Oh, God.
Nero and Ishtar fight about being the goddess of Venus, and then Nitocris wins. Orion gets killed a lot, yeah.
Yep, lots of...
There's jokes about going to the sun. So most of it you can follow along. There's a cavalry battle. It's pretty funny. This is a not quite... It's not quite learning with manga type Artoria, who literally doesn't speak ever, but like Gag Artoria is very just sitting there eating rice. It's pretty
Eating
relaxed.
But, you know, then gets on her knights, have a cavalry battle, and then Nero and the Lizzes do an ultimate attack when as Artoria fires Excalibur. Like, I want to say the animation isn't like the bestest, but
no, but it's Carnival Phantasm animation. It's a little cartoony. It's a little like it's very high color palette, right?
Mm-hmm. And it still looks good. Like I'm excited. They've announced there's going to be 2 seasons. The first one airing this summer. So I'm super excited about that.
NP animations.
And
because there are a lot of visual gags. Olympia's framed like a singularity. There are when they do scene transitions, they do faux loading.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of fair and balanced stuff. Also, a lot of people, by the way, earlier was saying while you were talking about the summary, that the cat we were talking about earlier, the Neko character, was sitting across from Phantom Maiden, so it's probably Vanilla Carmilla.
Okay, so it is probably Vanilla. Okay.
The beauty of having Medea's VA be Carmilla is that you can bring her in just as easily as you can bring in all those others.
Yeah, but like
as Gramps.
But yeah, no, it's like it seems like they're just gonna bring in everybody. It seems because it didn't look like they really had anyone
I felt like they doubled up on a couple of VAs easily, right? Like Sari Hayami was there.
Oh yeah.
So she was there as Atalante in one skit, and then as Summer Melt in a different skit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, pretty easy stuff like that. But it's a lot of the classics and things. You know, as we said, red hair, aka Lubu, was there. I don't think they said a lot, but Lancelot, Tristan, and Gawain were there. Other than Gawain, obviously, he had his own mini skit talking about being powered by the sun.
He definitely did a praise the sun pose at the end.
Rumi Okubo showed up to be Liz.
Mm-hmm.
There were 4 Kus and Orion, because that's all the same guy.
Mm-hmm.
Though that means, obviously, because Artemis did get some lines that Miyuki Sawashiro was in.
Mm-hmm.
In case you forgot, by the way, Mordred is also Artemis.
Yes, I don't forget this, but every time I hear about it, I'm just like, that's so different.
Yeah, talking about range, right?
Yeah.
Because, you know, we've talked about this before. Like, Rama and Nightingale aren't that far from Mordred. They are different tones. But they're not that far in, like, vocal range. Nightingale is, you know, very, very low down contralto. But, you know, Artemis is, you know, very big and bubbly. Ah, darling, daisuki desu. Tom Mo is sus of this bird.
Yes. This bird's like, are you gonna eat me? Very chill.
By the way, guys, hey, to remind you of a later thing, I did do Wanted Benienma. It's out. Terms of like growth and Bradamante, which is weird.
Interesting.
I don't know. I mean, it has that unfortunate thing where, similar to Zhang Yu, it's got a lot of those comments are like, Benien was cool, but I'm not gonna roll. And I'm like, okay, I like your engagement, but also, why the fuck are you here? Why would you tell me this? I just realized I should edit it so that it fits the current official localization of her name, which is with a hyphen, capital E.
Oh.
Yeah, Lucky hasn't seen that yet, but yes, when she shows up, she is Benny
Dash Enma.
Dash Enma, yes, with a full capital E.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And if you want to know more about her character, watch that one. It's great.
So Carnival,
I did slip in also some Okami music because, of course, I did.
Of course,
Who the fuck do you think I am?
Did you actually slip in the Sparrow Inn?
Yes, I did. I did the first couple bars of the Sparrow boss theme.
I've been trying to find Okami on the PS2 for collections. It is expensive.
Yeah, probably. Especially considering it's been reprinted basically like 5 billion times.
I think you can get it on every. I think it's been released for every PlayStation system at least, and
yes,
then some.
Every PlayStation and the Wii version.
Yeah. But
did Chiome have lines?
Who?
Chiome. She showed up in the sprint. I don't remember having lines. Summer Maeve appeared though. So Ayane Sakura was there.
Yes. Chioma did not have lines, I don't think. I think she just got in the position.
Just they had a character. In case she needed lines, they had her.
Mm-hmm.
They were using her VA. Fair enough,
So, Grand Order Carnival is looking to be fucking great. I'm excited. I'm betting we're gonna get a fucking simultaneous release. I don't see any reason why they wouldn't.
Yes. I also... So... Technically, our Lost Belt 4 release should be late spring. I would expect it would probably be like what they did for us earlier this year, and they will release the official sub version of this promo, right? The first skit to NA on YouTube or something, probably as soon as we have a major event stream next. Just because that will make sense and not be too crazy.
Yeah. So after that, we have a new trailer for Extra Record featuring Tamamo. They showed off Tamamo's MP. It is beautiful.
Yeah. Themes and piece and gameplay. So the broadcast was on TV, so it was not streamed.
Yes.
Except on certain like streaming services that stream Japanese TV, basically. If I'm looking at some of the clips, I do believe that at least for this segment, they had VTuber style Tamamo, because they had some pipped out Tamamo in addition to the clean trailer, which you can find online now at Studio BB's YouTube channel.
Yeah, unfortunately, I actually missed that part of the stream.
Yeah, I mean, it was in the middle of the night, and like I said, you had to jump through hoops to like VPN yourself up to get in there. So I was like, nah, I'll just catch clips later. But yeah, no, Extra Record looks good.
It looks good.
I don't think the trailer officially said what system it would come out for. But I think we have a pretty good guess based on a later bullet point.
This is some Spirited Away level bullshit right now.
Oh, hold on. Are you see? Oh yeah, you're seeing it. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Guys, we're not very far into this event, and I love it already. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, no, I wrote some choice notes at the beginning here, but that was only for the intro. Everything else you're gonna get live. So Extra Record, still super good. Still super excited. We also got a gameplay demo for Amiya Gohan Switch game. I have not seen that yet, but I will.
Yeah, it's actually, I think the clip is in our YouTube history because I dug it up earlier and watched it.
I will totally
And I was like, oh, is this a trailer? And I'm like, oh no, this is a demo, because I hear like Kawasui-san and Nobu like in the background. I'm like, oh, this must have been on the broadcast. Which makes sense, because, you know, Fate News. So it involves using Joy-Cons to stir things.
These girls are in panic mode already.
Oh yeah, no, but BT Dubs, if you guys like Tamamo, Tomoe, or Kiyohime, there's a lot of them in this event.
I like how they're just saying this in sync.
Yeah, they are. See, talk about small events that need OVAs. Like I'm only like in the first 3 story nodes. Immediately, like, oh god, this could use an OVA or a Grand Order Carnival skit. Like, this is gold.
This is still the original place where humans are spirited away.
Oh yeah, no, there's a lot of. This is a very punchy script.
Oh
like,
yeah.
there's a lot of references and stuff.
Yeah.
Classic FGO event stuff.
So moving on. Oh,
yep.
Sorry. So moving on. Ding dong, the meme is done again, and people will not shut up about it. I might be a little salty about this, but these
on Twitter a lot.
Yeah, but congratulations! The Tsukihime remake has been confirmed for the Switch and PS4 this summer.
I assume also PC.
I assume. This happened. Like, I did put this out on Thursday. I am excited about this. I saw the trailer. It looks good. I'm excited for this. They already said that this is going to be voiced. They're getting some artists on it. The opening trailer is, what was it, Lifeline by Rihanna? I think so, yeah. Like, they're putting in the good work, but Jesus fucking Christ, people. When I'm trying to have a conversation about something else, please do not jump in and yell about, did you hear about Tsukihime, and then derail the entire fucking conversation.
Yeah, you had some tweets about that.
Yeah.
And again, I want to put this out there. Not that everybody has Twitter, though you should, because we get free shit if you Twitter. And, like, you can just not... Unlike Facebook stealing your data, you can just not pay attention to people on Twitter. It's okay. I do it all the time. I, like, only follow artists. Yeah, it was well, at least in America, it was trending on Twitter like all day. So yeah, no, we heard, guys. It's cool. You're excited. It's great. And I mean, I'm interested. Obviously, that's a what do you call it? There was no confirmed English release, unlike for Extra Record.
Honestly, like, here's the thing: if it's a VA, that's gonna be a lot, and especially for Tsukihime, it's gonna be a lot of fucking text.
It's probably gonna have voice lines. There's gonna be a shitload of text, right?
Yeah.
They confirmed that they're gonna do Extra Record in English also. There's no release date on that game yet, though.
Yeah.
Some people said they saw Switch and PS4 logos. I don't remember that from watching the new version of the trailer. But again, this is why I said I'm pretty sure that it will be on those two consoles because Tsukihime is.
Yeah.
And if you're concerned about next-gen stuff, do remember everything on PS4 has to be PS5 backwards compatible, basically.
Yeah.
So it will work on there. Though I'm thinking if it comes out, I'm going to Extra Record on Switch. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, there's no confirmation, but at the very least, right, it'll come out on PC, and there will be a new version that people can read over and script edit if they want to fan translate.
Yeah, Shadow Thunder 58, this is live. Welcome, Yokozo.
Yes, we are live right now. This is actually live. This is not a premiere. It's all happening now. What you're watching now is what happens now.
Yes. The opening was goddamn beautiful. Like, Lucky played fucking Tsukihime, like, God, almost... It was over 10 years ago, back when it was crappy English patches, and Lucky was not in the in the up and up as he is now. So I didn't understand jack shit. So I'm excited. I'm super excited to get back into it and actually knowing what I know now, just go back and do that and probably like have everything quote unquote updated to for Nonsense. So I'm just like,
stuff. Oh, yeah. God, wow. Okay, I just realized my team comp for this farming run has been awful. I'm at 13 turns. I'm gonna have to fix that later. I'm way too slow. Jeez. I'll work on it.
Yeah. So so again, I'm excited about Tsukihime, but I'm gonna be excited in calm hype and calm hoop, as it were,
because it'll happen.
It will happen. What memes will replace Tsukihime and Muramasa? People will be going Tomovich win.
People are already doing that. I think that's already in the mailbag. Yeah, and again, the other thing is, if you happen to read Moonspeak, I believe both the Switch and the PS4 are unregion locked, so you can do imports also.
Yes.
Also, like you said, there's a shitload of text. I'm pretty sure that's why there was no confirmation of an English version. Like, for Emiya Gohan and for Extra Record, those have already existed in English, right? Like, the original Extra came out in English. Well, they know there's a lot of hype and stuff. They're doing all this integration. I was just doing, like, the first one. It was the Writer and Assassin. Not Assassin, the Writer and Berserker one.
Yeah,
like, wow, that took a while.
Like, if the script is finalized, they, like, and who knows, they might not even have a fucking English localizer lined up. Like,
yes.
Yeah, you gotta get a localizer, then you gotta get them the script, and then they have to translate it, then they have to code it. It's
the
a
game
thing.
is still probably, like, 5 or 6 months out, you know?
Yeah.
So
I assume that we might hear, like, a English announcement soon, maybe in the next month or so. But we're not gonna get a simultaneous release. No.
Well, God, no. I mean, we're already probably not getting a simultaneous release of Extra Record. Because that will involve a lot of text and stuff and menus.
I'll be willing to wait. Though with the Tsukihime VN finally getting its release date, that has put us in the interesting position of it may be getting a higher ranking on being this year's Golden Week collab. A lot of people.
Yes, we had that conversation.
We've had that conversation.
Because here's something I want to point out that at least explicitly was part of my logic. I don't want to say it was exclusively mine, but this was definitely the thought that I had that I expressed out loud, which was when they did the Case Files collab, they did Case Files Episode 0 at New Year's, and they released the collab, which was full of spoilers, before the anime came out in the summer core.
Yes.
This is basically the same kind of time frame we're at with Tsukihime. They've announced for sure the date, and they've done a trailer and stuff, and it will come out in summer. I would not be shocked if it came back. My special side bet over and under funniness was if they would do they would flip it and they do a multi-blood collab, so you could get playable Xion, however you pronounce her name. Listen, I've been playing Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory. I'll talk about that on What's Up Tomorrow, but my ability to pronounce names is super fucked right now. What do the X's mean?
Yeah, this is gonna be good.
So yeah, it's very interesting. 2022 is off. 2021, sorry, is off to a good start. I'm thinking about what our 2020 year will be, or our schedule for what will be 2020 will be the 2022 season upcoming for NA. But 2021 is off to an interesting start in JP. A lot of properties, and I think they're gonna do a little bit of action to and figure some interesting stuff out. Maybe get a chance to pull some triggers they didn't get to before.
Oh.
This note is all berserkers. Do I just slide image XA in there?
So, with that, there was one last thing in the broadcast. Nissan, he said, please check this out. Showed a silhouette of 10 new servants coming this year. Immediately, people got out their fucking microscopes. They started crunching the numbers. Printers and NASA started going fucking wild. And people have been dissecting the silhouettes.
I mean, some of them are actually like really easy.
Oh yeah, no, there's fucking Yoshitsune in there. The fucking girls from the
There's at least one or two of them from the new OP. There's the big Lance boy from the new OP that came out last year.
But there's still a lot more, so it's exciting. So
wow, I didn't realize this because I'm pulling up the asset. If you wanna pull it up, I'll post it in patron chat for everybody. But I just realized in the Twitter replies, number 2 is the second reply that comes up is to the FGO arcade ? I'm like, wow, guys, wow. Listen, I know arcade has killed us. Yes, there's a casual Aresh costume. I know it exists. But come the fuck on, guys. Jeez.
All right, hang on. I will.
It would be so brutal.
Gonna make an image real quick here.
Yeah, I've posted the image to patron chat. Lucky can pull it up. I also earlier, you'll have to scroll up now because there's a lot of stuff. But I did dig up my crop of the Lucky Bag summon. The resolution is awful, but it's because it's nuts.
It's nuts.
But I think we can basically confirm with this. So
who's that servant?
Sorry. On the far left there, that girl, those sleeves and that little spike line up perfectly to the red Knight girl in the trailer. Also, I believe one of those Lancers is probably the right hairstyle design, and of course, Big Knight Boy. And some people have gone, internet detectives have gone apeshit and actually like isolated all of the highlights and stuff. I don't think we need to go that crazy, but you can find them online. They exist.
Yeah.
Like one of them, you can very clearly see she has a witch's hat and some kind of giant tuba gun staff thing, whatever.
Look, he's spending money. That's Morgan.
I actually don't think so, because that does not look like what Morgan's design looks like in Apocrypha.
Yeah.
Though, if that's her first ascension, that would be hilarious.
Looks
like that much of a dork, right?
I'm about to say ascensions defy imagination, my dude.
Because I'll be real, it's a very dorky one. It is a little fluffy though, but yeah, she has long hair. It looks like not heels, but like platform shoes. I also have, we'll circle back around to it. I have very interesting thoughts on the Horns and Naginata chick.
Really?
Yes, actually, considering some stuff. But I'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Because that actually has relevance to some future things. But we have two of those designs of some small, probably females with some hair, who look very similar. There's one with a long, thin sword who's got like a little hair spike at her back, and there's one who's wearing a little heart crown, it looks like, or a heart hat. We also have at least one silhouette who's just some rando standing there, like long hair, no weapons, no details. That's going to be interesting to see. So, yeah. Basically what this tells me is there will probably be some kind of Gouda Gouda or follow-up to Lost Belt 5.5 or something event where they're going to bring a couple of servants for that back.
Mm-hmm.
And then definitely Lost Belt 6 this year. Probably first half of this year, if I had to guess at this rate.
Yeah, I'm Lucky's thinking midsummer, honestly, personally. Anyway,
Like, definitely before anniversary, I would
Yes.
say, for sure.
yes.
So, yeah. There's a lot of interesting character designs in here that I think are cool and want to see. And we'll roll for, but, you know, we'll see how that goes. So, Lucky, if you want to pull up the Lucky Bag image, we can talk about this.
All right, hang on. Let me...
Because, naturally, of course, JP just has to get crazier and crazier with how this works. So there's red and white, right? So white banners are male servants, red banners are female servants. Yes, there are more female limited SSRs. This was a conversation that was briefly had in the Discord about the supposed confirmation bias weight of servants, but like I said, specifically, yes, there are more, as you can see from this, there are more female limited SSRs, but for instance, there are no new male limited cavalry class this year.
Mm-hmm.
There are 2 permanent ones, though, because there's Nemo and Odysseus. Those were both in 2020. I know it's a blur. It's weird. Yeah. So I'm sorry about the awkward sizing, but like legitimately, it's a pain in the ass to see. So there's 2 banners on female on the red banners for knights, 2 for cavalry, 2 for extra. So you can kind of pick your poison. This is, you only get to roll in one of these, but your only options are in those specific limited areas. And they've done some interesting stuff, like both Abbeys are in one set. They've busted out, you know, KP and Summer BB in there. Himiko is in one, along with Yang. They've split it up, so Hokusai is in a different one than Abigail and Yang. Van Gogh is also in that one. You can get both Kiaras in that one. A lot of different stuff. Let's see. I think there's 1 new servant in every category, at least in every class. Yeah, actually, I don't think there is no 2020 servant in Horseman 2, but that might not matter to some people, you know. Because there's that powerful 4 Horseman 1 that includes Castoria Pass in there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's pretty interesting. The males is also interesting. Like, you've got those broken up by the different classes all at once. There's no, like I said, there's no new male in cavalry, but there is at least Romulus Quirinus in terms of knights, and there's both Doman and Voyager in the extra class ones.
Yes.
So depending on what servants you get, there's actually a decent spread. This will be a very interesting banner to pre-plan for 2 years from now. But
Yes.
Obviously, to me, it's friggin' pointless to pre-plan because like. Like, literally right now, I'm like, let's see. I might risk the extra NP on Abby, Summer BB, and Melt to get the Himiko Space Star KP Yang banner, but I don't know how I'm going to do in the future, right?
Yep.
It may be to a point, Lucky, where we're so good in the next 2 years that we're both going to eyeball that 4 Horseman 2 that has MHXA in it.
Yeah, no.
You know, you never know. I don't think at this stage, I'm not sure. Well, I only have 2 of the male extras. I might actually want that, because that's got Amakusa and Sherlock in there. Domon, who, by the way, is, for me, absolutely not getting hardly any roles. I think it's canonically proven, based on how they scheduled the end of 2022 for us. He is absolutely getting no roles. Rip Domon.
Yeah, after Gouda Gouda and
yeah, so at Halloween time there'll be Gouda Gouda with Himiko.
Mm-hmm. Then we followed up with Imaginary Sea, because I might want me a Voyager or a Nemo or a Van Gogh. And then after
and December is a quadruple hit, basically.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, not technically December because New Year's, but it's Domon, Ibuki, Vishra, Muramasa. And I'm like, okay, so I want Ibuki and I want Muramasa, so somebody's getting cut. I also want Vishra, but she's permanent. So again, that might be much like with Nemo. That might be an acceptable loss.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to see how things go in 2 years.
Oh no,
But,
the Sparrow's
okay,
giving you the look. You dead, Tomoe. You dead.
Benienma has great expression palettes in this event, by the way.
Yeah. This is the bird of judgment.
This bird is judging you. By the way, this is where all those Hell's Kitchen / Gordon Ramsay memes come from. Is this event?
By the way,
You know,
suddenly,
those edits
Hawk.
Yeah. What you call it, Tomoe. Benienma holding the 2 slices of bread to Tomoe's face, being, "What are you? An idiot sandwich. It's frozen. It's bland. It's very bland." Actually, I think Benienma says something to that effect later.
I hope so.
Something to that effect. There's a lot of interesting comments and questions about the ladies.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
We'll get into all of that when we talk about our event first impressions, which are very fresh later. Okay, so I can take back over news if you want to focus on clicking through that text.
Yeah.
Because let's talk about New Year's in NA and Sparrows Inn Daily Report, running from 1/1 to 1/15. So hey, you're gonna find this freakishly similar to the last bit of news we read. And yes, technically, all of that first 50 minutes was news. There was a lot of news, guys. Actually, Lucky, I have a very good point to raise. Are we doing a limited mailbag this week?
I'm okay with it.
Still?
I'm okay with it.
All right. I mean,
Lucky decided to check on it. We have a lot of well wishes, and we don't seem to have any huge ones. So it shouldn't take as long as last week.
Yeah. Let me eyeball it really quick.
Yeah.
Channels, can we? Brain. Okay. So it is 37, but yeah, it's a lot of well wishes. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even realize you did that. You didn't tweet about that post you did about the stream.
Oh wait, what?
You posted about yesterday, yesterday about not doing a regular stream time. I didn't see you made a community post about that.
Oh,
it's very on point right now. Still, let me answer all your questions in advance.
It got a lot of likes. I think people appreciated the sass.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I see some people are still squeaking in mailbag questions. We're trying to anyway. Let me close that tab. News. So, log in on the day for 30 St. Quartz. You can log in a streak for 21 apples of gold and silver varieties, and it's 21 gold apples. That's right. Silver is the preamble.
Oh shit!
And
this person's about to cut me.
is what you get.
Actually, yeah. Hang on. Right now, since someone mentioned it, I have refreshed. The lock is in. I'm not refreshing the mailbag again.
All
so.
Right. Oh yeah, that's right. Lucky hasn't done this boss fight yet, so I can't. We'll see how he feels on the mailbag end. There's a retweet campaign for a new CE and 21 million QP, I think. So go retweet it and Facebook it and all the stuff you do. You want QP.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. There's the new Mystic Code quest, which I've done already. I like the Mystic Code. It's fun. It's also because of reasons, very thematically appropriate reasons. I am playing as female master during this event, and it's very cute on her. We have double suck chance. It's a lie. I spent all of the... I got no great or super suck spending the monthly EXPs on Dantes, so he is currently stuck at level 58.
It is literally Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, it is. Hell Kitchen.
I mean, they call it Jigoku Hell, Kitchen, which literally just means hell.
Yeah, Hell Kitchen. I mean, you're in the Hell Inn. In Hell Kitchen. Oh, thing. There's bonus inventory in Da Vinci Shop, including a grab bag, which I think... includes some fun stuff in there. You can also get an extra Bond Grail. There's extra Start Dash and Returning Master stuff. Who could have guessed?
Ooh.
There was the limited only GSSR pull. It was only 15 St. Quartz that was paid. I had 87 left from summer, so I was fine. We've already told you what we rolled.
Yep.
Now, we talked about this before. There are going to be 3 banners because we've got a banner upcoming for Old Man Lee. And we've got the Benienma banner, but there's also the New Year's Rando banner. It's going to have rate-ups on Sigurd, Gil, Skahak, Summer, Nero, Cleo, Jalter, and Hokusai. So Gil's streak is not broken yet.
Yet.
But yeah, that also has the new CEs. If you're more interested in like a second pass at Hokusai, or you need a Gil or a Skahak or a Sigurd or a Summer Nero or a Jolter or a Cleo, you know, any of those guys, go ahead, get in there, have some fun, go nuts. And there's the Benienma banner. So that's all the news, and I think that's our general tone.
Mhm.
So I think it's actually Timbo to get into the mailbag. Actually,
Yeah.
we don't have any more news.
We don't have. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. This bird is gonna kick my ass.
Benienma is not fucking around.
No, she's not. So, well then. Lucky might be fucked. I went into this with half-hearted feelings. I shouldn't have.
No, you should not. It's a real story boss fight in like Node 2. Pip 2. Hey, fight Benienma. Break a bar. Can you do it? Can you break one bar, nerd? I couldn't. I had to withdraw. You think you have class advantage, but versus Tomoe, you don't. She will just crit you and kick your butt.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right, so
I'll win back.
So we're gonna, Lucky's probably not gonna be able to play it that well as he reads, but everyone, it's time for that segment. Welcome to Unlimited Mailbag Works. We're gonna take a couple hours, hopefully not, and read out every single one of your comments that you've sent in this week. So looking at it, we have 37. I just refreshed not that long ago, so that should be up to date. But we're gonna start immediately. And the first one comes from Suna, who says, Happy New Year, guys. May the Wiggle bless you on your rolls this year. Happy New Year's to you too, and I hope your rolls are just as blessed. We move on to the man whose drill that will pierce the heavens. Powerful. Who says, which event are you looking forward to in 2021? Good luck on your future pools this year. Good luck to you as well. Mega, what are you looking forward to this year?
Well, so it's a double-edged sword, but I am looking forward to Voice and Letter Collector. We have some patrons switch to yearly, so I've got a little bit in the bank to buy me a new phone this month. That's good.
Powerful.
So I'm actually looking forward to that. Murasaki Shikabu, all that fun stuff. And I think as usual, just probably summer. You know, it'll be interesting to see the Las Vegas tournament and stuff. That's my big ones, I think. And I mean Saber Wars 2. I don't actually know how good the event is, but it has an Ishtar in it, so.
For Lucky, he is probably most hyped about OQ Labyrinth. Like I said, we're going to get some more Kiara action, get Kama, and probably see some interesting things. Following that, though, technically it is an event because it's its own thing, but Lost Belt 4. Like I said, excited about that. I always love new story content. But yeah, that's it. So thank you very much. We move on to the God of Comfy, who says, Hello, Lucky Omega. Reporting to you from my castle of blankets and hot chocolate. I come to say hi. Well, hello to you too. I hope that you are as comf as you feel.
Hi.
So thank you very much. We move on to the one hoping Fluffy Tails didn't go unnoticed on this New Year stream. Guess what, buddy? It did not. Lucky watched that MP and I was like, it was so beautiful.
A lot of Tamo action.
A lot of Tamo action. But they say, Hi, Lucky Omega. Happy New Year and a good slide into it, as they say in my country. Slide to the left. My question is, which of the numerous new announcements this week was your favorite? P.S. I hope the discussion regarding Tsukihime I started on Discord wasn't too troubling. It wasn't too troubling. You can't see it, but Lucky did a slight eye narrow there. As for favorite announcements, well, Record and Tsukihime are very much, wanted and desired. Honestly, I think this might be wrong, but I think I was most excited about Carnival. I'm pretty sure for the past almost 5 years I've been screaming for a new Carnival Phantasm, And we both have lamented that the fact that FGO is just rife with jokes that one could use. So the fact that they actually have said, yeah, no, what's happening, and we're not getting 1 but 2 seasons, it's all like, I was like, yes! How about you, Omega?
Well, I mean, everybody should understand from how I started the show, but I'm very excited to see Muramasa actually coming out.
Big sword action.
Yeah.
A limited hour works.
If you guys want a more, like, serious context answer, I'm actually, like, it's a trailer, so it's nothing really super new, but, like, Extra Record is still cool, and I'm super excited to see, and I want to actually get it out there and get to it, because I, like I said, never had a PSP. I missed the Extra boat. And hopefully whatever company makes it or publishes it are not huge butts to us on YouTube. For reasons. Keep going.
So thank you very much. This next one comes from a Rush Girl Red Dress in Arcade. I'll never forgive Arcade. Joseph's Joestar is our spirit animal, always. And they say, question, what anime-only powers do you like to see? For me, Shinji having the weak shadows were A+, same as UBW, having Ilya use her mother weapon to fight, or the joke in Cloth Beam where Shirou gave Ilya a blanket. Emiya have Rin a sweater, and the shadow gave Sakura a blanket. What about you? What about you?
Lucky, their mouth was moving, words were coming out. I think I got about half of that, maybe, tops.
I read that word for word. This is the teleprompter.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anime only powers? Lucky likes big beams and he can't lie.
Let's move on.
Let's move on. Thank you very much. This next one comes from Merkava-man, flaming 2 Roman candles into the air. I have totally done this. But they say, Muramasa when Mima is dead and they kill Gil's New Year streak too. So I gotta ask you guys, what do you think we're gonna get Koi and Sky as a playable unit within 6 months, or will Kotomina get Hill first? Happy New Year, Matt lads. Happy New Year to you too.
I mean, I feel like, depending especially on the timing of Boss Belt 6, it may be the year for Konosuke to come out. She's the last one on the list. Doman came out. She's the last one to come out of the box. I could see that being anniversary this year. I don't actually know. Like we talk about Kotomina, I don't actually know about Rasputin. I don't know. Honestly, if one of them doesn't, like if I'll say it this way, which technically wouldn't be 6 months because anniversary in GP isn't until July, but late July. But if it's not Konosuke, if it's not Tomovich, I don't think that's a guarantee that Kotomine Rasputin will hit first. Other than that, that's all I got, is that I do strongly expect we're getting close to the bitch time.
Honestly, believe it or like, this might sound weird, but I'm pretty sure Rasputin might literally be held on to the very end, so you can give us a Yorokobe, right before the final fight or something. Because Kotomine is a very last boss kind of guy.
Oh, I mean, okay, so some people bringing up the thing about the preview. I don't think that's the preview is the only servants. We're not getting just 10 servants in the year. Because that would, those are also probably not all 10 SSRs. It's just that, like, because...
Ooh, this worked out perfectly.
Can I actually check how many servants were released in the last year? I can actually probably... So we're at 302. I think somebody asked about that later at... 302. It starts with Yang at 275. So we've gotten about 26, approximately 25 new servants in the year 2020.
Okay.
That's from Yang Guifei at number 275 to Muramasa is number 302. Vishra, by the way, was number 300 if you were counting. You got the big 300.
She just threw the fucking bird! Yeet!
That's what you do. So yeah, it's I don't, again, because we don't have, there's no subs or anything on it as far as I know. It was just a broadcast. I don't know exactly what Nissan said. Unless somebody's literally gonna clip it for me, I trust nothing any of you say about what he said. Basically. Yeah, like, I don't know exactly what the detail things those are. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're not all Lost Belt 6. Guys, just because Lost Belt 5 was so huge it needed 2 parts, keep in mind, we still put Babylonia and Camelot and stuff in 1 part, right? Like, 5 was really complex and needed 2 halves. We can't guarantee that future ones will. Like, yes, Lost Belt 5.5 was weird, and it was called 5. I think that was just as a joke, though, because they didn't want to actually renumber the Lost Belts. That was still a self-contained Lost Belt tier story. It's not actually Lost Belt 5 part 3 either, right? It's just, they called it 5.5. I think
Someone's about to die.
As a gag, a joke. But also, I mean, again, there are clearly Japanese-ass servants in this lineup, okay? So, no, I don't think that all of these are Lost Belt 6. Like, I would expect we will probably see, oh gosh, the game doesn't really do new servants for millions of gallons anymore, do they? Yeah, if the image says Lost Belt characters, then yes, these are probably story characters. There's no guarantee that, oh, yeah, she's doing it.
Oh, I still have my quick MP on. I'll turn that off.
But yeah, so, like, if they are Lost Belt, that probably means they are quote-unquote plot-related servants, basically, in that sense. Kind of like how Doma and Mandricardo, etc., are all Lost Belt servants. Also, by that value, Konosuke Tamovich would be as well. So, yeah, that said, that's 10 servants. That's, what, at best 3? The most you can get out of a Lost Belt release is what, like 3 banners?
Probably. Yeah.
Pre-release, campaign 1, campaign 2. Yeah, so that's, you know, depending on how many of these are 4 stars. Again, they're not all 5 stars. I will tell you that right now. These are not 10 new 5 stars.
Jesus!
Yeah, Benienma has a really great kit, guys, and she's not fucking around. Also, unfortunately, they force you to use Orthonax Mash in the event story, and it's dog shit. Anyway, I feel like chat doesn't care about this rant we're having anymore. They're yelling about Lancers, so we should probably move on to the next question.
Let's move on to the next one. As look, he gets his ass beat by small burbs.
Correct.
Actually,
welcome to the rice fields.
Yeah. So thank you very much. So this next one, comes from that guy who felt like a boss when he had one K scope. Then he saw someone who had 3 MLB K scopes during a certain stream on Christmas. Oof. But they say, Happy New Year, guys. So for my question, what is the saltiest banner you have rolled this year, or I should say, last year? Thank you, and may your rolls be blessed. Well, Happy New Year's to you too, and I hope your rolls are just as great. Spiciest? Oh god, well, what did Lucky not get something this year? Despite spending a fuck ton of money?
I think I hit everybody I wanted. I think by definition, my spiciest is probably on Summer Part 2. I had to spend cash to get Maeve, of all people. I did get a BB before her. But it was only the first roll on an 80-pack I bought, and that let me cruise for the rest of the year. Like, if I don't have to go for broke in the first half of this year, I might have 15 paid courts, because normally your paid courts goes last, by the way, guys. I might actually have 15 paid courts by the time we hit the next GSSR. Again, assuming I don't go completely broke. So, yeah, I think that has to be it by definition, because that required me to spend money. But I don't think I had any really crazy stuff this year.
Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on! Oh, fucking Tomei goes in with the fucking... Girl, I love you. Oh, I did it.
With the necessary crit. Yeah, Lucky saved it. Yay.
Yay. Yeah. Sorry, Megan. Were you still
Sorry,
talking?
sorry, I'm keeping distracted by chat. There's somebody who's arguing really, really hard to let you know that he thinks Bryn is literally the best Lancer.
Well, there's always going to be those types. Lucky can't remember exactly, but let me tell you right now. If there was a Da Vinci banner, or if there was an MX X Alter banner, I rolled on those. I could tell you I rolled on those, and I do not have one. So yes, Lucky is probably salty about those said banners, but I cannot pull out specifics.
Technically, there would be a rotation for MHXA at Valentine's earlier this year.
Yeah, no, I
started the year.
Yeah, no, I totally.
That was probably a whiff. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big whiff.
Did Da Vinci actually have a rate up this year? I don't remember.
I feel like she did, but...
Was she at Thanksgiving?
No, she wasn't at Thanksgiving.
Was the Da Vinci event rerun this year? God, I don't know, man. Like, 2020 was such a weird time. Like, I literally had to ask this question. Wait, was Odysseus this year? No, there was no Da Vinci rate up at all last year. Okay.
Okay.
I'm getting confirmation from the Patreon chat, a.k.a. my favorite chat. I mean, if you guys are going to argue about Aresh's use, like, yeah, okay, yes, she is actually a big AoE hitter because she's got a huge mana burst and a 50% battery. It's great. But no, absolutely, she's there because you need her to blow up waves and...
Boom.
Get in there with her ability to give you shitloads of buffs.
Oh, man. Benienma is tearing Talamo a new one. Wow. All right, so yeah, let's move on and ignore chat as we tend to do sometimes, and go on to the next one. So thank you very much. This next one comes from it's GSSR time. You know what that means, Wallaccoon? And they say, "Happy holidays and New Year's. May your gacha luck be blessed." End of message. Minus $15.
I feel like I just, tried to give my lucky fortune. All right, I've got 30.
Well, Happy New Year to you as well, and may you be blessed. This next one comes from... Wait, it's been a year? Feels like a few more years.
Accurate.
And they say... Ah! Oh, I'll respond to that later. Oh, so have you done your New Year's resolutions either in FGO/real life? And what is your New Year's resolutions either in FGO and real life? Well, I guess Lucky does have resolutions. So in real life, I'm gonna lose weight and art more. That's it. Simple. I don't need to get super fancy. But
I mean, yeah, let's see. In terms of like real life stuff, I have plans. I don't need to call them resolutions, but I'm like, it's a new year. It's a time to get some stuff, to do some works. So I'm gonna get a new phone so I can continue to run FGO. That's very important.
Very important.
And I'm gonna get a second monitor, and hopefully that'll be within the first couple of months of the year. After that, I don't know what my like crazy long-term plans are. I have some more like plan type stuff we might bring up on WhatsApp, but I don't really do crazy
chirp.
Yeah, any stuff going on. Yeah, there's a lot of chirp or ditchy. But I don't really do too much on the New Year's resolution. Like, obviously it's a new year, it's time to take stock of everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't go for like, all right, it's New Year's, I'm gonna say that this year I will do blah blah blah. Because I mean, this person references in that chat. A year's a long fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
It's stuff could be very very chaotic, right? Like,
but yeah, mine are definitely resolutions. There are things that I have to focus my will on, I guess is the best word way. FGO wise, I'm gonna try not to break my fucking streak so many times and not spend as much money.
Solid choices.
Yeah.
Sorry, I paused awkwardly there because I had to yell at chat to settle down. They're being dumb. This is not the spirit of the new year, guys. Calm down out there. You're all my least favorite child. There's nothing to fight over.
Harsh.
But fair.
So anyway, did you have anything extra to add on there, Omega?
Well, somebody in patron chat threw out Space Ishtar 100 count as a resolution. I don't know. I mean, I know that if I get a Space Ishtar, she's getting grails.
That's not a resolution. That's a promise.
It's true. that is a stone cold fact. I think I've got like 12 grails right now, 12, 13, something. Probably more because we got one out of Christmas. I have to double check, but I've got enough in my backlog, and I've got enough that I'm thinking of throwing a couple at Python just to see what happens. I gotta finish up giving her full foes first.
All right, so with that one, thank you very much. We move on to
shit. In these free quests, can I switch Mash back? If I can, I should.
No
No offense to Orknax Mash, but she's not better for farming.
This next one comes from Moon, is currently drawing all new servants and turtleneck sweaters. Definitely not because I'm obsessed with them or anything. No, surely not. But they say, Happy New Year, Lucky Omega. Let's hope for an amazing years to make up for this one. Question. When summoning a servant without a catalyst, the master just gets a random servant selected by the grail that matches their personality. So who do you think that each of you would get based on your personalities? Stay safe and have a great day / evening. Based on my personality? Me? Blackbeard.
Well, Lucky answered that pretty quick. I think this is one of those, though, that normally, unless you have a gut check response, there's literally 302 units in the game. You expect me to pull one of those out of my butt? No, I'd probably be most compatible with, like, a caster or something, but I don't fucking know.
Honestly, I would say on a gut check, I'd probably say Hans.
Oh, I don't know if that would actually work out well, me and Hans.
Yeah, I know, but as I said, based on most similar personality, I'm not saying based on how well you'd work together. Both writers, both kinds of...
If we clash that way, I don't think our personalities actually get along. Ooh, sorry, I lost some energy there. Omega's debating how he's going to figure out how he can maybe get a snack in the middle of this stream. Because I've been suddenly overcome with hunger, because news took 50 minutes. What the fuck, Lucky? How did that happen?
I started talking.
It's true.
I am the enabler of the fast time.
All right, but anyway, let's keep moving through our mailbag.
Let's keep moving through mailbag. So thank you very much. And this next one comes from Waiting for Tamamo Only Day. Is there a Tamamo Only Day? I thought there wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, when there's 2 servants on a raid up, there's usually at least one day that will be solo Tamamo.
I'll double check that later. Anyway, they say, Happy New Year. Hope you guys had a nice time. Unlike me, that was taclid, full head, on a barrage of E rank luck yesterday. Guess I should be happy at least that it was not my time to be doing gacha rolls. Anyway, about the question. Is there any reason as to why in FSN, Fate Stay Night, Zoe can just let the plot happen in the first 2 routes? This always made me wonder what was the reason that he was active only in the Heaven's Field despite all the preparation he made, and though Shinji involvement proved that at least he had a hand in there, it's not like that he'd be content with that. Maybe he was targeted earlier by Medea or something like that.
Man, gosh, I don't know off the top of my head how as happens with a lot of these visual novels that have multiple routes, there is actually, like, literally a break point, right? Like, because the prologue is narrated by Rin in all 3 routes, and it goes over the same few days, weeks, something like that, and then it forks. I don't actually know how the fork is supposed to work, like what events are different.
If I remember correctly, Heaven's Field route was made mostly because fucking Sakura was like, was willing to take back the fucking
Yeah, but there's a reason why. Like, I'm trying to remember, because there should be a specific fork point where, depending on what you're doing, basically different things start. So I don't know what that is, but you should find whatever the point is where the story diverges, because it is the visual novel all starts the same, and then the different routes split. You should find what that axis is and figure out what that was, and that would be why Zoken wasn't involved, either because he thought stuff was in hand, or he got,
or maybe he just didn't want to fuck with it. Like, honestly, you got to remember, Zoken's playing the long game. He can fucking wait.
Remember, Zoken didn't do jack shit when Chaldea got bounced out, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think basically the way it works is in the first two routes, Zoken assumes everything is going fine until Shinji and Medusa job out. Whether that's in a spectacular Excalibur fashion in Fate, or it's get murked by Medea and Kozuki, at which point he's basically like, well, lost, I'll try again later. And then in Heaven's Feel, he may feel like this thing is getting more out from under him, and he feels like he has to, you know, get back in it. Because once Shinji loses the first time, and yes, it inevitably works, he supposedly gets given Gil. It doesn't actually work like that.
No.
And I assume at that point Zoken doesn't interfere because he knows better than to try and, like, fuck with Gil. Because Gil would just be like, who is this worm mongrel man? Get him out of my sight. 1 billion years damage dungeon. Then the Mato estate explodes. But, like, and in FSN, the conflict between Medusa and Saber goes on a lot longer and is a lot bigger. Like, that's an actual fairly even match. They both get to their noble phantasms, so.
Oh, Ivan Blue Cool seems to have, like, something that I could probably agree with. It seems that Shirou gives Sakura a tiny bit of hope, so Zoken uses it to have her kill people by activating the Grail. That sounds like a thing to do.
Yeah, that probably is it. It's probably who you talk to and stuff.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah,
Zoken's all like, oh, yes, I can leverage this young boy to make my actual fucking heir do the shit I want. Perfect. Let's do this fucking plan. Fuck off, boy. You're useless to me.
Yeah, because the reason why Sakura doesn't stay involved in the first place is that she realizes that Shirou has command seals and will be picked as a master, and she's like, I cannot possibly.
Mm-hmm.
So they do the attendance false book or whatever, and Shinji takes over.
Yeah. So yeah, no, that sounds good to me. I would say again, one day Lucky will actually sit down and play this fucking route, this fucking game, but meh.
Yeah, but we got to deal with like and I'm still hoping that someday they will actually bring it out, right? Because they've already got the iOS version.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, let's go to the next one.
All right, so next one. This next one comes from the Tyrant King, who is a master blacksmith dueling his future self. Actually, that is a move. What is Muramasa's lines? I'm curious now. Anyway,
I haven't seen them posted yet, so I haven't looked them up. They might be out by now, but they weren't earlier.
But they say, hey, Lucky Omega, Happy New Year's. My question is, since we had over 300 servers introduced into the game since launch, and I was wondering what has been your favorite summoning line. Happy New Year's. Looking forward to more shows and more of you guys. Well, Happy New Year's to you too. Here's to another year of good times. Honestly, if I'm gonna say my favorite summoning line, I'm gonna say this one because it's the most fucking recent and it made me keck. But fucking Chishi Huang's, after you beat LB3, he was literally just like, I know what I said, but I'm just like, oh my god, I love this.
Yeah,
man.
honestly, I was at first gonna be like, there's literally 300 of these. How dare you?
Mm-hmm.
But actually, no. Like Shinshi Wong, also summoning Yume Ren is also funny. You have the gall.
How dare!
Who has the balls?
It's all like Da Vinci had to make a mystic code specifically strong enough in the crotch to hold these cojones. But yeah, like I said, they're like, honestly, again, I can't remember fucking 300 individual lines, but ones that most recently have made an impact was definitely Shishi Wong, and probably following up on that is Python. So, we will move on, thank you very much. This next one comes from the great and powerful sorcerer named Tim. And now for something completely different. Greetings to the Ringmaster of the Flying Circus Lucky and the Prophet of Brian Omega. Sorry guys, no big questions this week. Just wanted to stop in and say hi and see your reaction to the names I chose for you this week. And now I must... Oh no! The Spanish Inquisition. I didn't expect them. That's like 4 Monty Python references, I believe. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't do a Holy Grail reference in there.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, some call him Tim.
Oh, that's true. I forgot.
Some call me Tim. Stock explosion. Also, I do want to throw this out there, though. Just don't ever apologize for no questions. I know we call it mailbag and we ask for your questions. Don't say sorry when you don't give us a question.
Hey, I'm just here.
What people do give us for questions. People are asking, even if they're short, people ask us questions about fucking 300 different servants before, and I'm like, God, that requires me to at least expend some effort because there's 300 of these guys.
Mm-hmm. Listen, I am just happy that you took the time to type something in, even if it's just hi guys. That makes me happy. It's not courtesy; it's demeaning yourself.
No, it's fine. Hey, we're happy you responded. We love well wishes.
Yes.
And like we said, they're a lot easier to tackle than everything else.
Anyway, we're gonna move on. So thank you very much for that. This next one comes from 455 days until Omega pops a monster. Okay. But they say, Happy New Year's, you guys, and look forward to all the shows going forward. P.S. Return of Salt Children's Card Games when? Well,
either never or apparently recently in Japan they announced they're making another new Yu-Gi-Oh video game, so we'll see how that goes.
But on my end, a Happy New Year's to you, well, and I look forward to the coming year together. Thank you very much. We move on to the meme is dead, but don't worry, more will come. That's how memes do. Oh, those were fireworks. I thought someone knocked on my door for a second.
Yeah, there's animals are still throwing out post times fireworks.
But they say, Happy New Year's, guys, with the new Grand Phantasm anime getting 2 seasons almost back to back. It'll probably show most of the FGO cast, fingers crossed. So my question is, what character accents do you guys want to see? And which memes do you want to see animated? All of them.
Yeah, I don't know, whatever. Just
like
whatever.
honestly,
all the jokes are good. I've already seen the first preview clip, the first skit. All jokes are good.
Like honestly, they're not gonna necessarily do like actual FGO memes and jokes. Like,
I mean, they will probably do some, right? Because there are some jokes that have reached the audience or the ears of the makers. But yeah, no, it's just gonna be interesting, weird skits.
Yeah, it's like how it's gonna be Carnival Phantasm. It's just gonna be. That's literally gonna they're literally just gonna say, let's do this and this. It's a dartboard. It's the dartboard. It's great. So thank you very much. We move on. This next one comes from the Weedy Squad. That's some cross-gotcha contamination there.
Be ready for some second on that. Hey, Lucky, I literally gonna give me something, a snack really quick. Just keep vamping reading Happy New Year's wishes until I get back. Everybody, audience, assume if you wished me a Happy New Year's, I wish you a Happy New Year's back. Boom. All right, I'll be right back.
All right. Well, Lucky's gonna keep going. You can't stop him. So, alias the Weedy Squad. They say, I can't think of anything better to say than Happy New Year's, guys. And as such, I shall now take my leave. Well, Happy New Year's to you as well. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for that, and we move on. This next one, they say, hi from Neater of Chains for Reshgal. Odd question, which command card would each of you to pick? Please, class all unlisted thing... Hang on, guys. Odd question, which command card would each of you to pick? Please class all unlisted thing like card type and crit percentage to be the same. Well, I'm an arts dude. Omega's probably more Buster than I am. But you probably like to be Buster Arts. I don't know. But that's how it be. But thank you very... Oh. Wait. Oh, there's more to this. A car... Oh, okay. Hang on. Okay, I did this wrong. Huh? Rewind. Hi from neither of Chains or Electrical. On question, which command card would each of you two pick? Please class all unlisted things like card type and crit percentage to be the same. A card from a level 100 SSR servant with no type advantage or disadvantage, or a card from a level 80 SR servant that has a type advantage. I just want to see which is better, 20 extra levels or type advantage. Anyway, have a happy new year. May 2021 have great thing for StudiOmega and FGO. Oh, and more effing chains, please. So, first off, it also depends on the growth type. Remember, FGO has several different growth types. That means some fucking SRs have more attack than some SSRs. And, you know, and some just have, some SRs just have abysmal attack to begin with. So, first off, like I said, your question's too broad. Like, heck, fuck, what are the types? It's like S, semi-S, reverse S. Following up on that, generally I would like to follow up with type advantage. I'd rather go with type advantage. I say this because a level 100 servant requires a bunch of fucking investment. I don't want to fucking deal with that. Usually the fights aren't so difficult that I need to fucking maximum brain this shit and pull out every bit of extra attack. Like, shoot, I didn't think I was gonna make it on that Benienma attack, but hey, guess what? I was able to pull it off, so it's fine. It's fine. It's fucking fine. So I'm gonna go with the SR. Type advantage is always great, because remember, when you have type advantage, that means usually they're doing less damage to you too, which means you live longer. But that's Lucky's and pick, and we're gonna move on. The next one comes from Spartan Fire, who says, "Hey, Lucky and Omega, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you as well. I was curious about which new servant you are most excited for this year. Sorry if you've already answered this. Thank you for reading my question." Well, I'm gonna answer for fucking Omega. First off, he's excited about Space Ishtar, and then probably maybe Murasaki? I don't know. Let's see. Lucky side, I am definitely excited for Murasaki. Following up on that, Kama. Super easy. So, thank you very much. Happy New Year to you. This next one comes from Bronze Booga Limp, who says, Q! Hyphen. Can y'all go on a ramble about ground servants and their distinction criteria and trivia? Merlin, Hassan, Orion, etc. Also, which character do you personally want a 5-star alt for? I'd like Gil, Mash, and Medusa. So, technically Gil does have a 5-star version. It's the base version. Mash...
Also probably prototype him. Hi, hello. I'm eating a sausage biscuit right now.
Yeah. Also, I'm pretty...
ramen, but that would have taken...
Anyway, I'm pretty sure we did a Teach Me About Grand Servants already.
Yes, we did that already. You can find it in our Teach Me playlist somewhere.
So, thank you very much.
Well, to answer that question about alts, I would actually love a 5-star Medusa alt. I assume I will be doomed to be disappointed, though.
What do I want a 5-star of? I already got a... Like, he has to think here for a second. Oh, it's already, like I said, I already have a 5-star Tomomo. I have Kiara. I have much of the Sakuras already. I don't know. Lucky doesn't have a quick answer for this. There's too many servants to think about. I'll go with cop-out answer. Give me a 5-star Medea. She good, Civ. But anyway, he's gonna move on, so thank you very much. This next one comes from the Eternal Store, wishing both and everyone else a happy and safe 2021. Same to you, my dude. But they say, question, what's the mechanic from another game that you would add on to FGO? For me, it'd be assigning duties to my servants, like what you do in Arknights. Basically the same thing. If Lucky could have his way, he would remove daily quests and replace them with daily timers. Basically cycle everything from a 1 to 4 hour timer that gives you XPs, QP, mats, and cookies, depending on what you need. Maybe you can even rotate them daily. As I said, FGO is a very burst AP kind of system when events are not going on.
I mean, I wouldn't mind both because Arknight does actually do both.
Oh yeah.
Or you can do. It's just that a lot of. It's interesting. So Arknights lets you literally do both. You can like make EXPs, you can make money in the base, which I think would be a good thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you could assign servants to like generate QP or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
in the base, because we have a base again. You could do that mechanic. But Arknights also has a daily rotation of like, and if you want to spend sanity because you don't have anything better to do, you can just punch these for stuff. Because like, I think actually doing daily quests is important for, well, not just for certain like normal requirements, but like weekly master missions and stuff. But also like having quests you can do all the time to do certain things rather than like dig through free quests is still good to like have an ability to play the base game. But no, I definitely agree with you that like it would be fun and interesting to import some other mechanics of like base stuff and like have a way to passively generate certain things.
Yes.
God help me if I could find a way to passively generate EXP for my servants. That would be great.
That would be great.
At the very least, like, the ability to just go, like, hey, FGO, instead of spending 6 hours and, like, 4 apples farming for blue skill gems or whatever, or statues, what if you just let me generate skill gems at a slow rate, right?
Yeah.
Like,
that'd be great.
on a 6 hour timer, let me generate, like, 2 or 4 blue gems or something dumb. Like, I'd do that. Hell, make it so I can't use that servant in battles either during that time, right? I'll figure it out.
Oh yeah,
that actually would have some details of choice and stuff in there. Yeah,
logistical weight. All right. So thank you very much for that. We move on. This next one comes from Benienma yelling about how raw the food is at Tomoe. Again, as I look to my game, I'm just like, yeah, no, we were literally just there.
It's raw.
This plate has so much oil that America's trying to invade. So they say, Happy New Year's into another year filled with salt. And hopefully lucky one pull SSR. To spice things up, what SSR servant you didn't like at first but have come to love when you use them? I hope that both of you seasoned players get what you want on the GSSR.
I got new characters, that's good.
An SSR that I didn't like, but I like now.
I'm in the middle of a quest. I can't look at my list right now.
Lucky's trying to think.
I mean, Lucky, how do you really feel about Vlad?
I honestly I don't necessarily keep him in the corner, and I'm okay with him. But like I said, he doesn't get like a super lot of characterization. Like, I like him as Uncle Vlad when he's, like, doting on Liz and being, you know, cool uncle. But other than that, I'm just, like, meh on him. I don't dislike him, but I also don't think well of him.
Okay.
As I said...
Fair enough. I was just thinking about because you have a very high hand P one. Like, you've had kind of a roller coaster, but you do use him a lot to actually beat people up.
Yeah. Like I said, like, the problem with this is, again, Lucky doesn't usually initially dislike servants, not for like their characters or for whatever their mechanics or whatever. Usually if I dislike a servant for any reason, it's because they either spooked me, well, no, it's because they spooked me, and I'm just like, I didn't need you now. Why? So yeah, I don't have an immediate answer for this one, unfortunately. And Omega already said you got too many servants. So we're gonna move on.
I cannot look at my SSRs right now to double check. I think I've honestly the characters I've usually like not liked and then grown to like are usually characters I don't have because I can't use them, which means I can't breed familiarity. We're showing off a lot of duding in chat. That's good. Hey, remember you can join our channel now. You can doot yourself. Like that.
Dude.
Yeah. It's, you cough, jeez. Sorry. And, let's keep going.
We keep going. This next one comes from Zed. Now disappointed that Ladies vs. Butler is the only example of a lapse in Ojo main love interest with blonde drill hair. Unless Lucky can think of another series like that. Just said. I mean,
Listen, Lucky is not a trick pony, okay?
I mean, Luvia technically isn't a love interest, but she is blonde drill's laughing Ojo. Well,
she's usually a supporting character.
Yeah, and as I said, like I said, Lucky knows a lot of blonde drill characters. And he knows a lot of like Laps and Ojo, but The overlap is definitely niche.
They definitely exist.
Anyway, but they say, comment. Hello, you two. No news or question this week. I'm just saying Happy New Year and hoping that all your rolls are good. Well, Happy New Year's to you as well. I look forward to our coming year together, and I hope you are just as blessed. Thank you very much. This next one comes from Lucky's Scotty genocide victim number 324. And they say, hey, peeps, just wondering, can we summon contracts that aren't contracted to us yet? Or that we haven't seen before? For example, can we have theoretically used Sky to defy in Salem or used Abby in America? Best regards, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. And remember, there are...
I think the answer to this is yes and also yes. Like, both ways you take this, yes. Yeah. Canonically, it's happened in story. We summon Ishtar in Christmas before Babylonia.
Yes.
She is confused about this. And second, also, yes, I mean, literally, you can roll servants and use them before they come out. People do that all the time. It's pretty funny. And a lot of servants have alternate lines for this, right?
Yes.
Like we mentioned Chin Shi Wong earlier. He has an alternate line depending on if you've actually finished LB 3 or not.
Yes.
So, like, it is entirely possible to play certain events, and, like, I think the biggest joke is Yume Ren summer version. I think I talked about this. What they did was, if you get her welfare version before you've completed part 1, so you don't know her face, she literally just wears sunglasses and doesn't explain who she is. And so, yes, you can actually, like, both mechanically, obviously, and in story, the game accounts for that. So, yes.
Yes. So, thank you very much. I hope you enjoy your answer. We're going to move on. So, this next one comes from 2021, the year meme is shot down. And they say, Happy New Year, everyone in StudiOmega. I'm convinced that 2020 is a singularity. Nevertheless, we must move on and try our best. Well, the Mad Lads did it. They kept and did a cover of the original opening for Fate Grand Carnival, FGC. But this time with Mask, Nidacris, Liz, Shuten, Ibuki, Meb, Atlante, MHX, Ishtar, Nero, and Sitanai. Such a kicking song. I can't stop listening to it. I should mention that the ending theme was literally just a remake of the original OP.
Yeah, they did the OP again.
It was good. It was really fucking good. I hope I can find it on Spotify soon.
Also, I mean, to be fair, also, that's... I know you named those people, but also you could also just say those voice actresses, because those are all actresses who are really tight in Fate, right? Yeah. Mash, of course, Nidacris, they do Chaldea Radio together. Rumyokobo is Liz, does a lot of roles. Shuten is Aoyuki. I don't know if Ayana Sniker is like been super involved in Fate, but she plays a lot of important characters, and Nasu has said that Maeve is one of his favorite 5 stars. Atalanta, of course, is I like how you say it was Atalanta was the voice, but how do you know? There's a lot of Sayuri Hayami roles. And just because she appeared doesn't also mean that Melt didn't appear and have voice lines, you know? But yeah, it was good.
But no, it is super catchy. I'm super excited for it. But thank you. We now move on to Gahulian God, who says, didn't expect a video today. I thought you guys said you're giving yourself a week off. Also, Happy New Year. That is a lie.
Never.
We never said that.
We never take a week off.
Except when we do.
Oh, hey, I missed it. Go number 2.
As for my question, with the Record of Ragnarok series getting animated this year, what do you think would be an impression of the fake characters seeing themselves interpret it as the Record of Ragnarok story? Characters like Brunhild, Jack, Sasaki, Musashi, etc.
Is that one manga that Vesper doesn't shut up about?
Yeah, no, it is.
Okay. I don't know.
I mean, it's pretty...
Go ahead, Lucky.
Oh, no, you finish. I'm like, I know what you're going to say, but I'll let you finish. I'll say it afterwards.
I was going to say, why would you assume I know or care about it?
Lucky's read a bit of it, but I haven't got past the fucking Lubu Thor fight, so...
I mean, if it's getting animated, I might. But also, being me, I will staunchly dig in and be like, yeah, Vesper won't shut the fuck up about this. Vesper, who also is my game master in Dungeons & Dragons, you know, their DM. I'm like, they won't shut the fuck up about it. I'm not gonna... like, that is my thing. If people don't shut up about something, I don't go all in. I will sit back and wait until they just shush a little bit, and then I'll get into something. Like, I have to get into something on my own time. But just people yelling, yo, 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 it's the best! Oh. That's actually a Robin impression. Hi, Robin. You're not awake yet, I don't think. But yeah, I have no thoughts and feelings or opinions on this, and bold of you to assume I know or care what you're talking about. Lucky, please continue your thought from earlier.
And honestly, I don't think much of this question, because here's the thing. There's a lot of interpretations of a lot of media, of a lot of characters. Like trying to like single out two interpretations individually and smash them together, I'm like, too much brain. That's not me. And again, as I said, I'm not fully caught up on Reckon of Ragnarok. I think it's cool. I think it's neat. But I probably will catch up on it eventually when I'm not like knee deep in drawing stuff, not knee deep in playing Cyberpunk, not knee deep in like 3 other fucking gacha games, not knee deep in trying to catch up on anime, not knee deep in trying to catch up on my light novels, and read this fucking Legend of the Fire Rings novel that is in my bag, and I've read like 10 pages of it, and I'm all like, I want to read more of this, but Jesus, look at this fucking rest of this fucking shit I gotta do. Heck. Anyway, there's your answer. Thank you very much. We're gonna move on.
Almost done. Home stretch.
Home stretch. This next one comes from Dave Seigneur at Saveur. I don't know what that is, but I tried it. I probably butchered it. Please forgive me. Or don't. I don't care. But they say, so when people like authors and artists become servants, they become stronger. But for people who are already strong in life, like Arturian and Gilgamesh, do they get significantly boosted? And if so, did Gilgamesh get weaker when he was given a new body by the Grail? Lucky media answer once is to be no. He was basically just incarnated incarnated.
Yeah, he just because we've talked about how a servant works. Heroic spirits are spirits, and they make spirit bodies. So he just ceased having a spirit body and had a human goo body.
Yeah.
As for the strength thing, obviously, as they say, yes, characters who are not strong, at least by virtue of becoming heroic spirit, are inherently stronger than like any normal ass human alive.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, oh god, what's Artoria's strength rating? Is she like an A? B? BA?
Hang on. Arteria, FGO. Let's scroll. Let's see here. Strength B.
Okay, a B. I mean, based on what we see her do in the series so far, like I would expect King Arthur was probably that strong. Like, she's, got that going on where, she has the dragon core and all that stuff. So, yeah, probably characters who are already strong probably don't need to get boosted. Like, I'm sure Herc is strength A, right?
I'm not even
like his strength is always probably that good. And there are certain skills that modify that, like monstrous strength and stuff.
Who is this mysterious masked man?
Oh, you're gonna love his name.
Anyway, Tony Kaku. We're gonna move on. Thank you very much. This next one comes from I might be into punk rock because I can't seem to have an alias that is any less than an entire sentence. That sounds like a you problem. But they say, greetings, Omega and Lucky. Hope you're having a fast year ahead, and may the gacha be kinder to us than it was last year. Seriously, all I ask for is Junao, Splashtar, and Summer Sushi. Summer Sushi. My question is to you, how excited are you for Lady Murasaka, OQ, and Saber Wars 2? Yes, I pay attention. Sometimes. Listen, just because Lucky does not, go streaming down the street at 2 a.m. or forcibly, knock down my neighbor's door and hold him at gunpoint while I tell them about my Lord and Savior, Lady Murasaka, does not mean that I am not excited about this. I'm super excited. Well, but I will be fair. I'm not super excited about Saber Wars 2. Like I said, I feel like they kind of did me a dirty there, taking up the Halloween slot with no welfare.
Yeah.
But, and as
I mean, I'm interested in it for the servant. I don't really. I want to see what the event is like because it'll probably be dumb and funny. But
yeah,
I also don't know. I mean, I'm this much excited. You can't see. I showed you how excited I am, but you can't see it, so there you go.
Hey. Like I said, Lucky will definitely be rolling for Spishtar, as you have put it.
First.
But like I said, Lucky is charging up his fucking soul meter for Murasaki and Kama. Yep. You're about to see Soul's Fire EX, y'all.
This went on for several hours.
But anyway, thank you very much for your question. We're gonna move on. This next one comes from the Dragon King, and they say, "I just finished watching Danmachi season 1. For those of you not to know, that is it wrong to pick up girls in the dungeon?" And that led me to researching Hestia. So I learned that she was one of the original 12 Olympians, but other gods took her place in mythology later on. So my question is, do you think she would be summonable, or would her divinity be too high? Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, too. I have
Second thing.
Huh?
Second thing. Like, so, I mean, especially with her Roman version, Vesta, there was that whole Vestal Virgin thing. Like, there was It's very interesting, right? Like, they talk about how Hestia stopped being one of the Olympians. That was mostly just a folk religion thing. There wasn't actually, like... Somebody arbitrarily decided there were 12 guys in Olympus, right? Based on the things. And then in some cases, people were like, oh, why do the Spartans revere Hestia, but the Athenians revere Dionysus or something, you know? So they came up with a myth to explain it, which is that Hestia gave up her slot for Dionysus because wine is cool, I guess. I don't know.
Moneyed monkey. Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh, there's an even better one of these rando inn people guys that's going to be great later. But yeah, no. In her Roman version, Vesta was way, way, way more important, right? Like, Hestia had an important job in the Greek mythos. The Temple of Vesta was a major temple house in Rome, and their priestly order, I talked about the Vestal Virgins, right? Like,
yes.
Unmarried priestesses of Vesta, tending a sacred flame and all that stuff. Like, they were a major political powerhouse in the Roman culture. If you were a senator, if you were part of the equestrian, the higher social class, you would very often send your unmarried daughters to the Temple of Vesta. So, like, no, there's a lot of big thing there. No, so not summonable. You animal man. You certain animal man. Get this hothead out of here. I'm getting tired of this guy. So, yeah, no. Divine spirits are not summonable. They are not summonable. Unless you do something to them. The only divine spirits we can summon that are actually just divine spirits are Stheno and Eurali. And as it actually came up in chat from somebody else in the discussion about servant parameters, Stheno and Eurali are literally way, way stronger as heroic spirits than as divine spirits because they were absolutely useless deities before. That's right. They're your real useless goddesses.
Well, who knows? As I said, FGO...
I think all of our real fans are... sorry, I'm kidding. You guys are fine. But I'm guessing a lot of our more vocal, normal people are busy apparently kit-bashing Lost Belt 3 to do the event. As I've seen several people yelling about that in Discord. Well, because you can't do the event until you beat Lost Belt 3.
Yeah, but the question is, why haven't they beat Lost Belt 3? I think, didn't we yell about this?
I don't know. We did yell about him. I don't know. Maybe a lot of people misunderstood the time frame. I've seen several people doing it over the last, 48 hours, though.
Wow. Anyway, like I said, but as
all right, guys, I don't know if you're being ironic or what, but seriously, legitimately, shut the fuck up. All right, I'm gonna start putting people in timeout if y'all can't get your dumbness under control. My New Year's resolution, Lucky, is to not tolerate people who do these weird jokes and are trying to be ironic. I'm tired of irony. Irony is dumb. We're post-ironic. I had this conversation about Tsukihime earlier, actually, to completely derail.
Go for it.
So, because somebody was saying, and I believe this was the same person this came up later, was like, oh, well, they're finally doing the remake. Maybe there'll be an interest in an anime adaptation. Actually, yeah, no, it was a different person. Somebody was like that. And then somebody was like, yes, because there's never been an anime adaptation. Okay, so first of all, man, no, you're wrong. Divine spirits are gods. Same thing. The only thing you can do is do that, and
You can put
that
them in
person's getting a timeout. Hold on.
Well, divine spirits, you either have to downscale their divinity or put them into a suitable fucking vessel. It's very hard just to summon them as is.
Yeah.
Examples of downgrades are fucking Quetzalcoatl. Examples of vessels are Ishtar / Ereshkigal.
Yeah. Like,
So-
the thing about Scotty is that she is,
An amalgamation, I guess.
yeah, she's fused with Skahak, so she, like, physically took over Skahak's body, which presumably reduced her divinity enough to fit in serving.
Yeah, so
And multiple kings are a little weird.
yeah,
Also, yes, by the way, the reason why Ivan got a timeout was because he literally said the words, "I'm gonna blah, 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 piss people off." I'm like, all right, fine, you don't get to say anything for a while.
yeah, that's how
I will not. I don't care if you're not trying to piss me off. No, if you say that to me, no. Yeah, Artemis is cheating.
Yes.
She is technically Orion, as this comes up in Okeanos. But no, I was gonna say about Tsukihime thing. The thing there is that yes, there is. Well, Luvia's already Estrella, guys. Anyway, there is a Tsukihime anime. I know some of you are gonna yell and scream and gnash your teeth. Well, suck it up, Buttercup. It happened. It's bad. You can't unmake it. It happened. You can't go back. What happens. So it's and I had this conversation. I had to have this talk with this person who said that about yes, because there's never been anime. I had to be like, I'm kind of over this because here's the thing. It's been like 20 fucking years. Legitimately, Lucky, there are people who don't know there was an anime adaptation that was bad. And while I'm sure,
Oh, look. Now I feel like I should put fucking Zenith Dex in timeout.
it's fine. They're trying to fight the truth. They cannot. It happened. You can't unmake it happen. Yes, basically, like, and I said this, it was like,
Tama, why are you lying to this man?
she's on vacation, okay?
All right.
But like I said, there are people who don't know that it happened, and I think it's actually more helpful and less confusing, because this is that like slippery slope into gaslighting. I don't say that people being like Tsukihime anime never happened is gaslighting, but it's in the same ballpark. And I think it can get weird if you like build up this ethos of denying stuff that happened because it makes you feel better. It's not the best. It's not the healthiest attitude to have. So I had this argument, this decision, like I'm kind of over the irony thing, and also two, we're at such a distance point from that point in Fate that there are gonna be people who legitimately don't know there was a Tsukihime anime, and who are gonna be like confused and concerned when they like do actually look it up and find out there was. So like I honestly think it's much more legitimate and self-serving to be like, oh, admit there was a Tsukihime anime adaptation, and then just be like, nah, it was real bad though. It was really, really bad.
Just because it's bad doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Heck.
And like, not even like how people say that the Studio Dean Fate Stay Night is quote unquote bad, because it's not really that bad. It's just a little dated.
It's a product of its time, y'all.
Yeah, it was made like 2 years after the visual novel came out. The production value aren't up to spec, and there's some like obvious rescripting problems or like issues because they had to do an adaptation and they were only doing Fate, but they had to include other stuff like Emiya busts out the Unlimited Blade Works chant.
Oh, are they fucking? Oh, it's probably Goldorf in them. Yeah, it is.
So like it's been a while since I watched it, but I remember the anime's not bad. It's just the Tsukihime is such a weird, shoddy amalgam adaptation that like it doesn't actually communicate anything to you.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, guys, a remake is coming out. You can admit the anime happened and that it wasn't good.
Just tell them to wait for the VN, the new VN.
Yeah.
Heck, that's what I'm doing.
So that's just my much like the Scotty conspiracy, my old man rambling. I'm 28 now. I'm old man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kidding, by the way. It's a joke.
Oh, they didn't lost for 3 days. Holy shit. And he lost the communicator. Good job.
Yeah, fucking Sion. We're gonna have a talk with that girl later. We'll talk more about that when we talk about our impressions of the event. but no, like I definitely feel like I'm kind of over this weird, ironic, like, ooh, I'll say something that's not true all the time. Like, yep. It's cool. It's great. I refuse to deal with your emotional nettling. Like, this is the thing we've talked about definitely before with us, is like, listen, we love love fan interactions. We love interaction with you, the community, right? We talked about this. We actually are just as happy to see your well wishes as your questions in mailbag, if not more. But at the same time, I, as a human being, I'm not legally required to do jack shit to put up with you. So it's probably been a year or two since we brought this point up, Lucky. Maybe we should bring it up again, that like at no point are we contractually obligated to put up with your shit just because we do podcasts and stuff. So
yeah, no, I'm a human being too, technically.
Aren't you a cake right now?
Am I? Oh no, I'm a kakami mochi. I am a Japanese New Year's decoration.
Sweet.
Yes. I'm here to bring you good fortune.
Our water in the preview, the watermark is over a decent chunk of your body.
Yes. I'm continuing the trend that I am lucky, but I'm in something.
I'm just wearing novelty glasses, even though I'm a fucking sword.
Anyway, so now that old man rant is over, we're gonna keep going here. So this next one comes from Shion, who wishes everyone a fluffy 2021. I hope yours is just as fluffy. And they say, greetings Lucky and Omega, congratulations to you and everyone else for making it through the hell of 2020. My question is, today, if you had to be on a deserted island with 2 other servants to start, who would it be and why would you choose them? I hope everyone has a great 2021. Also, how about that Muramasa? Sword Jesus. That's all I need to say.
Alright, deserted island.
My two picks are easy. I pick one. I pick Skahawk because we were literally in this situation. Skahawk was like, I'm just gonna make a fucking boat, put runes later. And 2, Tamamo, because that's my fluffy fox wife, and she'll take care of all the domestic shit. Perfect life achieved. I'm gonna be on my fucking lawn chair sipping a coconut.
But do you put the lime in the coconut?
If there's limes on the island, hell yeah, I will.
Bring the boat up. Alright, I am, even though I really shouldn't, I'm gonna turn off my phone because I'm out of AP and I don't want to waste battery in Apple. I will go back because I've got new nodes unlocked. I'll go back when I can access my brain. Yeah, I mean, my answer is probably roughly the same. Like, it would be Skahawk because we literally did that. And I don't know, can I just pick a different Skahawk? There's multiple Skahawks. Can I just fill up on Skahawk runes and just fix this problem earlier?
Alright, but thank you very much for your question. We move on to Snake Waifu with unlimited power. And they say, Happy New Year's, lads! With rumors and speculations flying about Lost Belt 6, here's my question. What do you think DW will do about Morgan Le Fay? Not so verse wise, we don't know much, but what classes, skills, and Ps do you think she might have? P.S. I think it'd be hairless, they made her a saber face and have her react to all the different saber faces. Maryland 2 for good measure.
Okay. Wow, you are yakking about all the rumors and speculation, and you ask me a horribly uninformed question. 1. Obviously caster. Like, if she's not a caster, it's because they're going to do something weird, like make her an alter ego or an Avenger. But by default, caster. Duh. Also, yes, soft saber face. So, okay, like, technically there is some discussion to be had here. There was a light novel that came out around the Unlimited Blade Works anime time period that had an illustration of Morgan as almost like a soft Medea face. Like, she was tall with really, really long flowing dark hair, a slightly sinister disposition to her face, a little bit like how Medea looks unmasked. That was very quickly thrown out in the APOC era, where Morgan appeared on screen and was absolutely a soft saber face. Like, light blonde hair. She was wearing a veil, but you could tell that with her hair like done up in a bun and the way her facial features were, that she was very clearly going to be similar to Artoria in design. So yes, she is absolutely gonna be a Saberface. Skills and NP and stuff, this is more open. It really depends on what they want to do. Because here's the thing. I've talked about this before. Morgan Le Fay is one of those really, really complex and weird characters, and technically she's like 4 characters. Like, I'm not kidding you. Like, there in different versions of the Arthurian cycle, there are legitimately like 3 or 4 different versions of this character. There's, gosh, what was it? Like Arthur used to have a younger sister who was just there. I think her name started with a J. It wasn't Morgan yet, but it was an incredibly simple name. She was just a healer and a medic and was very supportive. And then there were like 2 different sisters, Morgana and Morgause, etc. Sometimes Morgan Le Fay isn't Arthur's sister. She's just Merlin's rival. In Fate, we know that Morgan is playing the role of both herself, Morgan Le Fay, and Morgause, Queen of Orkney. So yeah, like that's the kind of thing that I'm like, I really don't know what they could do, right? Because there are so many different legends and variations they could pick from. Like I would assume like an AoE type thing. Maybe, but it could be a. It could be, you know, she could be a single target, right? She could be like a single target version of Scheherazade, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Also, by the way, how do you like Chief Snake over there?
It's wild. I love him. Little old snake charmer.
Question. Your tribute points are tallied every 24-hour period. They are based on what renovations you have done. So you will get a certain amount of value. She could be a support, but we have a lot of support casters, and I don't think we have any glaring support niches for a new SSR caster.
Like I said, like Lucky's putting money that fucking Morgan is fucking the Lost Belt King of 6, so that means that something weird has probably fucking happened, which means honestly Lucky just thinks that like nothing's really off the fucking board here. So
yeah, that's the other thing. This is what I prefaced earlier. I'm like, normally absolutely a caster, but they could have done something weird, so if she's not a caster, that's probably the case of weirdness, and they could do a lot of different things. Her Noble Phantasm, I mean, again, this could easily, because, like, Scotty's Noble Phantasm is just Hawk's other Noble Phantasm, but with Scotty flavoring, you know, right? Like, that's another thing that could depend highly on the implementation. There's a certain anecdote I really like. No, big light. Scary light.
Is he actually gonna get turned into something?
But,
damn it, the Fate of the Black!
But, like, there's an anecdote I really like, for instance, that I would like to say could be an interesting one, where Morgause sends King Arthur a cloak, woven of some red silk. And Arthur, not being a dumbass, tells the servant who brought the cloak to put it on. The servant puts on the cloak and bursts into flame and dies.
Oh, Jesus.
Because it was a trap. That's like one of those things that, like, you know, the Dragon Witch kind of a thing would be really interesting. By the way, if she has that could be funny if she has a Delta style dragon charisma or something. Or she can make people's dragons. We don't know. We'll have to see. Yeah, she could be a semi-support like Kazgil. That would be pretty funny if she had an offensive AoE NP. Like a big boy buster AoE for blowing up waves, and then also is like, but also, you know, increase your damage or stall stuff out. We'll see. I mean, her design is very blue in APOC, but again, Lucky brought this up earlier. Ascensions.
But I think we'll leave it at that. Like I said, we'll know probably sometime this year, so look forward to it.
Yes, at this point, probably this year.
So, thank you very much. We're going to move on to the next one. This subject comes from, if I get an MP3 Scotty from GSR, I will commit a crime.
This is your fault for falling in the Scotty hole. This is how the Scotty conspiracy gets you.
I feel like I need to edit that meme of the conspiracy board put Sword Mega in there and just put Scotty pictures with all the red string around and just be all like, fucking conspiracy. Or someone else can do that.
I have embraced this meme a lot lately, and I'm like, yeah, no, we've made some fun shitty posts.
But they say, Happy New Year, Lucky Omega. Same to you. I'm new here, and this is going to be my first question. Welcome. But I was always curious about what an extra class only Holy Grail would look like. Also, what servant would you pick if you were master in such a Holy Grail war? Thanks for reading this, and Happy New Year 2021 to everyone. An extra, well, honestly, there's been like, I want to say weirder shit has happened, but weird shit happens.
Yeah, I mean, the short answer is, like I said, that would be pretty weird and fucked up, because extra classes are not necessarily balanced.
No. Honestly, if it was, like, I don't want, like, personally, like, I can see it, but instead of it, like, just being all extra classes, it would have to be, like, specifically the Avengers Holy War or something. That I can actually see a mage being all like, yes, I will channel all this power of hate into magical energy and use it to fuel my fucking death weapon.
Yeah, you could probably do that.
Probably do that.
What servant would I pick? Dante's. I'd cheat. Dante's wins. He goes faster than time, and he kills everybody, and we win. Dante's too OP, please nerf. Or don't. I don't know. I'm not your mom.
I don't know. Like, it really doesn't. Fuck, I guess, if we're going to extras, I'll go with Kiara, and she'll just do as Kiara do, and we all die. Problem solved. Moving on! So, thank you very much. This next one comes from a man whose fingers are in a pretzel for Musashi on GSSR. Hey, Lucky Omega, hope you're doing well. My question for this week is, do you think FGO will ever do, even for a one-time event, an all-servant gacha pool? Thank you and Happy New Year.
I mean, as a gimmick, I wouldn't be shocked, yeah. Like, that could be a fun, like, anniversary thing. Like, you get one SSR servant for free, paid courts. Also, all your results are servants.
They've done. I wouldn't say they've done exactly things like that, but they've done things.
No, they have not. I do not believe that there has yet been a banner where you can only get servants, but they have done similar things.
Yes. You know, it's like only specific classes. You know, like specific genders. You know, so yeah, I can see it. Anyway, thank you very much for that. We're gonna keep moving. This next one comes from the guy who only wants the MLB Gacha CE from the New Year's banner, and they say, hey, Happy New Year's to you, Lucky Omega. Question: what servant would you like to get a costume, and what would it be? For me, it'd be Musashi with her casual clothes, like the sweater version, which released the figure this year. I already pre-ordered. Powerful. Have a nice new year, and may you get who you want from GSSR and all the roles this year.
I mean, I know my answer is to turn to arcade and just pull out my gun and be like, give me your fucking costumes, nerd.
Lucky will go with a non-arcade answer, but with extra record looking around the corner, I would definitely like to get Tamamo's Jet Black Mage costume. I have a figure for that.
Mm-hmm. I knew immediately Lucky would be like a Tamamo costume, because she doesn't have one yet.
No, she don't. Normally I would say Tamakop, but I just like how Tamakop just rolls off the tongue. It's great. But yeah, that's that. So, thank you very much. We now move on to Sincho is Love, Sincho is Life, who says, ahoy and Happy New Year, Dechi. And if Chaldea had a games night, and the next one was charades, who would you pick as your partner for that? Let's say Mash was going to be a referee for the night. Keep up the great work, Dechi. I pick Fran.
Yeah, let's see. Fran would be a good choice because she doesn't speak.
Mm-hmm.
I should actually not pick Benienma because with her ventriloquism, it's probably cheating there. Let's not talk about Herc. Let's do Chiron. He's smart. He's a smart man.
Mm-hmm.
Teacher Chiron. And all of our charades are just horses.
Alright, so thank you very much. This next one comes from Man in the Moon Computer, who says, hello and Happy New Year, Lucky in Omega. I hope your GSSR went well because you're more than likely told us if you already got to the top of the show. No question this time. To good year new vibes from the Moon Cell. They have been duly noted. Thank you very much. I hope the Moon Cell has a great new year as well. Keep on with that recording, y'all. So thank you very much, and we move on to Rotsiv, king of Give Me My Yamato Nadeshiko bird lolly wife already. Apparently someone's rolls is not going so great.
Yeah.
And they say, question. Successfully resigning Zhang Yu and Mei Rin early this month after wasting far too much time on my Benienma saying career stash. Thanks for that, Pai Sing. Zhang Yu came in 5 tickets. Why couldn't you come 100 cent coins earlier? That was a run-on if I ever saw one. Reminded me about a certain habit of... Oh, God, this is like 3 fucking paragraphs. Jesus.
Yeah, it's a lot of paragraphs.
Okay. Lucky forgot to click to read more before he started reading this. Okay. Reminded me about...
I'll say this. This person gives several examples. You don't have to read those. We don't need those.
Oh, no. Lucky says he reads as is. This is the teleprompter.
Okay. All right, okay.
But I will switch the dial to 1.5 speed. Okay, so where was I? Yeah. Reminded me about a certain habit of mine when I come to run on my summit target. So I asked this of thee, are there any groups or sets of servants that you have rolled specifically because they're part of a group? As an example, since Shirou is my favorite fictional character, I have made it my biggest FGO to gather every single of the Imma clan in my Chaldea, which is going to roll from you, even though she's most definitely not going to use her much, but she only got 1 banner, and she's on the last Imma clan member that I lack besides Summer Ilias. So, another group that I decided to roll most members are the Hand servants, because pretty much most of them have been some of my favorite in-game lore and interactions with one another, though it helps that Ibaraki is my primary waifu, so maybe I'm biased. So what do you guys think of that? Also, holy crap, these JP announcements. Hello Muramasa, hello Tsukimiya, hello Grand Honorable. I mean, Lucky's definitely one of those people who rolls to collect a set. Like, I just do that in general. Like, I roll for Bryn so I can collect a figure later. The only reason I rolled for Cleo is just so I can pair it with Caesar or Kaiser. Like, I made sure to get my Liz set. Like here's the thing: if Lucky has the ability, he will just roll for any and all servants. That's because I have poor financial responsibility, I have poor impulse control, and I have way too much love to give. Do I get to see happy couples in my Chaldea? Then yes, I'm rolling for them. Or do they have any sort of bond with any other people I have? Then I'm probably rolling for them. That's how Lucky do.
Yeah. In general, I don't really do the sets thing. Like, yes, I mean, if I get blessed with collecting several, but I'm much more focused on getting the individuals I want when they come up. Like, that's just me though, because I don't want to or choose to spend an excessive amount of money on this. So I'm like, I usually have to pick my polls a little smarter than some people. Sorry, I stretched. We've been here. Okay. So I don't. It's just not in my nature to like obsess over a set. If they come, they come. If they don't, they don't. I would like to focus on the unit I really want, and it's like, hey, if somebody else comes, yeah, whatever, that's cool.
That's cool. All right, last one. I'm not a fan of this one, but I'm gonna read it. Unlimited mailbag works, yeah. So this last one comes from PSA that it's bad luck to get a haircut at the start of the year.
Good thing I got mine at the end of the year.
Hey. Question. EOR, Cosmos in the Lost Spell, Prisma Ilya, Type Redline, Castoria, Freight Extra Rekka, Muramasa, and now we circle back to Tsukihime Remake. 2020 was a hard year for everyone and ate into both FGO and Spring Song. Do you feel that all these things were released too quickly one after another to offset the bad? Will quality of Type Moon Riding continue to stay strong into the future? Because I sometimes wonder if the Fate franchise is well known, but I don't know if it's well respected. When those non-Nephilium see people so happy about what they might think is only a dating simulator. Or that the VAs may have been locked into their singular TM roles at some point instead of being known for a large range of characters across many successful franchises. And do you ever feel this way about other franchises that you're both big fans of? Part of the somewhat depressing question, especially given the start of the new year, wishing you harmony, health, and good gotcha. So
I think it's bad luck to think about such things at the start of a new year. Jeez.
yeah, so first off, this is how it is with any fucking big franchise. Like, Jesus.
Yeah, also, this is how it is with, like, literally everybody in 2020, right?
Yeah.
Like lots of stuff. You know, Disney Marvel, like, delayed, like, all of their shows and movies until 2021, basically.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Warner Brothers had to figure out how the heck to get stuff out. I watched on my birthday. We rented it. Christopher Nolan's Tenet,
Mm-hmm.
which, while it's still technically, like, the number 4 highest-grossing movie of 2020... it still did dog shit awful and is operating at a loss currently because it was 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's everything. Like, I mean, first of all, I'm looking at all this stuff. I don't understand the context of this question of, like, is everything coming out, like, really fast to offset? No, I think everything's coming out because Type Moon is absolute madmen who have always had a lot of stories and sub-stories they can tell, and they just don't fucking stop.
Like, here's the thing, and not everyone, like, Type Moon isn't, like, in the driver's seat of every single one of these projects either.
No. Especially for, like they mentioned, like, certain animes or certain manga adaptations. Those are usually, like, singular creators and possibly, like, a writer-artist combo doing something.
Yeah, and Nasu's usually, and, like, if I understand, Nasu is just, like, Nasu does do writing for FGO, but other than that, he just might be a creative consultant for. He's like...
Yeah, people ask him questions, but I'm pretty sure, given the way Strange Fake is written... there's a decent amount of Nasu just, like, going, whatever. I don't care, you're writing it, not me. But also, like, talking about volume and Nasu specifically, Nasu is also a madman who can't shut the fuck up. Like, remember how Lost Belt 5 was 2 parts?
Mm-hmm.
Remember how long Babylonia was? I think Nasu said it would be only 60 pages of script, and then it was, like, twice that or something. Like, they don't produce a lot of content because they're after your wallet. And in fact, FGO in particular has been particularly low on the money grubbing this year. Yeah, there were a decent amount of, like, limited units in the second half, but that was probably because those were supposed to come out a lot more spaced out over the year, but were all delayed because of stuff, right? Like, if anything, it's Arcade that's trying to do a really big swing to get people involved, but that is also because, just in general, not just because of the COVID thing, but also because of the Backstreet Boys reunion tour, that arcades are... much like movie films, disproportionately affected. Though also, wasn't Spring Song still really huge in Japan?
It was pretty huge, but like I said, it's being overshadowed by Demon Slayer, which has literally become the top grossing animated film, I think, ever. It's wild.
Yeah. Also, that's, talking about profits, that's not a bad market against Fate, because guess what? It's Demon Slayer, right?
Yeah.
That's also UFO Table, isn't it?
Yes.
So that's just the snake eating itself. Like, UFO Table will still have money to produce more Fate works. Even if Demon Slayer did better than Spring Song. Like, it's not that crazy. So yeah, like, if you want to talk about Fate's well-known, I mean, lots of people don't, quote-unquote, respect well-known things. This is a common trope about humans. For some reason, humans are assholes.
Like, here's the thing. How about I start listing off a fucking fuck ton of fandoms and see how many you actually consider, are considered well respected, considering to you. Mostly you're just gonna probably have a non-committal comment on them, or just like, yeah, I don't know that shit. That's how it is. Oh, sorry, I cut you. I totally cut you off there.
No, yeah, it's okay. I dropped a pen so people couldn't hear me. I was basically gonna say what you are, which is like, and also reiterate that humans are dumb, and for some reason there's a large portion of people who dislike a thing just because it's popular and they don't like it. Like, humans very rapidly turn, I don't get this thing, into, this thing is dumb, I hate it, it's stupid, you're stupid for liking it, fuck you. As opposed to a more logical and reasonable response. And we've definitely had that conversation about Fate, where I feel like Fate takes some shots from people because it's big and it makes shitloads of money and has a lot of downloads. And your thing doesn't, but hey, it's not your thing, it's Fate, so again, suck it up, Buttercup.
Also, the mode on VAs, yes, they're very well known for their roles in FGO because it's a popular thing, but it doesn't stop them from doing other things. Like, heck, I'm still trying to get a Jean in frickin' Genshin Impact because she's voiced by Chiwa Saito. Hayumi
Chiwa Saito is very popular. Sakura Tange Nero had a very, very long career and actually kind of went away for a little before coming back with Fate.
Yeah, like, if you only know them for what they do in FGO, that's on you. Trust me, these VAs are hella busy. They do not stop. Anime, video games, drama, CDs, music.
Yeah, Ayako Kawasumi, for instance, while she's famous for being Saber, she has a huge ass resume on par with some of the people, she works with at Fate, like Mamiko Noto, Sayami, like you said, like super big people. Shirou's VA wasn't in FGO until like just now. You also might remember him as being fucking Sasuke in Naruto, right? Like,
yeah.
Emi's VA, Junichiro Soabe, like he has a lot of really big roles. Like a lot of people, and obviously we've talked about this before. Fate goes the other way too. It, they go back the other way where they attract a lot of big name voice actors, but a lot of those guys are super famous for a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Maya Sakamoto, again, really big, also has her music career, because there's we gotta have a whole different conversation about Japanese agency entertainment and like how you do everything. But
yeah.
That's a what's up conversation, if anything.
Yeah, Maya Sakamoto, fucking Aerith.
E?
Yeah, that was great. Actually, I'm pretty sure there was.
It has been for a long time, by the way.
Yeah.
The Japanese voice cast for that has not shook up in the past couple of years.
That's one thing I definitely like about the JP industry. Things do not change unless someone fucking dies.
Unless you die or do drugs, then you're out. Then you're out and you've never existed. Anyway, Naka's is really important. I mean, fuck. God, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but Ozymandias and Hans's VA is fucking Dio, guys. And also has lots of other anime roles. Like, there's... So, like... Fate is a big tent, as we should say, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of VAs either started it or have come to it because it's super popular. Nitocris's VA, for instance, was a huge Fate fan before she got pulled to be Nitocris.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, they bring a lot of people in, but also, yes, a lot of them have really big careers. And FGO's not shy about picking up newcomers either. We've talked about this before. There's quite a few servants that have come out this year who are from people who are relatively new to the industry, only past couple of years. Like, I think Vishra's VA is really new.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's an ever-growing industry. Like,
yeah, Kadak actually got a playable unit, and that was pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about Kenji Nakabane's roles off the top, but they're there. Like, if these guys get pigeonholed as their Fate characters, which I want to argue, and not a lot of them are. Like, a lot of them were already big industry mainstays before they got into Fate, and were picked for that reason. Though there are a few people who have really grown that way. But like, if they are pigeonholed, that's almost assuredly because of their own choices or actions, right?
I'm pretty sure they have some say in what roles they get to do.
Mm-hmm. Well, and some characters do get typecast. This happens with voice actors as much as regular actors. But that's usually not a role. That's a character type.
Like, I can definitely say
Kugumiya got pigeonholed as Tsundere for a long time, I believe, even though she's
Nobu.
Oda Nobunaga, which is not that.
Mm-hmm.
Nobu's actually a very different role for her than a lot of her tropey ones.
Yeah. I want to say, like, you look at Saori Hayame, she literally plays one of two types. She plays this fluffy princess type, or she plays this hard edge, I'm gonna kick everyone's ass type. Like, that's literally her two settings.
Vocal range. But yeah, no, a lot of these people have a lot of history, and they're just, happy to be part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she also does. That's also another thing, by the way. Nobunaga's VA is the same as Cleopatra. If you didn't know. Again, range. One that's funny for me, fucking Sigurd's VA is Seto Kaiba in the Japanese.
Well, we didn't stop with the fucking jokes for like a week.
Oh, no. I didn't shut the fuck up about that, but that still is crazy. So, yeah, no. Like, legitimately, I'm gonna be real. I'm not gonna be shocked if eventually there are servants who are credited as, like, their voice actors are credited as VTubers, right?
Oh, yeah. Well,
like, I would not be surprised if that happened.
Well, shoot. I mean, I know some VAs like to fucking stream already. Like Yu Asakawa fucking streams on the Reg, and honestly, yeah, I think a couple other people too. Oh, fucking I can't think of her fucking name. Kiara's voice actress. I know it, but it's
Her name is similar to somebody else's, so I don't want to accidentally say the wrong. So I will double check it. It is Tanaka Rie.
Yeah, that's what it is. She streams as well. There's a very funny video of her streaming as she plays Lisa for Genshin Impact and making a bunch of Lisa sounds. It's great.
Which also BT dubs, hey, she's Lisa in Genshin Impact.
Yeah.
You know, and we've talked about that before. There's a lot of gacha cross-pollination. Like, I think I mentioned this about Vishwa's VA, for instance. She's only been doing anime for, like, the past couple of years, but she's also been involved in mobile game projects before. She's several units in Girls Frontline and Azure Lane, so it's like, oh, okay, you understand how to work in this industry.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, no, I think there's a lot of range there. And at this point, at no point has any of the stuff I have seen out of Fate felt like they're pushing too far, right?
No.
Like, they're not overreaching. If anything, some stuff at the end of the year got kind of strung together, like they did Feel, and then they did Camelot and whatever. But literally everybody's doing that because of our ongoing 2020 situation. Right?
Yeah, no, like the first half of 2020 was a clusterfuck because like everyone was changing work conditions, so things got delayed. So yeah, at the end when
everybody was either rushing everything out before shit got fucked up, and then it was just like, okay, shit, either we need to delay because our work ethic has been fuckled, or we need to delay because everybody's fucking delaying and we need to actually be able to market the product, right?
Yeah, no, like honestly, like no, I have nothing but ups and respect for Type Moon and its relevant industries for being able to maintain so many things, and this is partly in part because people like us who play the game and give them money let them fund these things. The reason why they're like putting out so many things is not because like they're just trying to scrape out the fucking barrel. It's because they have just so much money that we're like, we're just gonna throw money at this and see what happens. That's why.
And they can do that because they've been around for like 20, 25 years.
Yeah.
And they make a lot of bank return on their stuff. But no, like here's the thing to remember is we say Type Moon, right? But Type Moon isn't really behind a lot of this stuff. Like, Delightworks is the company that handles most of the FGO stuff. Yes, the Type Moon writers do a lot of the writing, but that's only in the writing sequences. And even then, like Nasu's talked about how he needs to work less on FGO so he can focus more on other projects, like the Tsukihime remake, which is coming out. So, you know, and that's also something I think they've been working on that in beta for like a year or two, right? You know, so the reason why all these anime adaptations come out is usually because of anniversaries or because they have lots of money lying around, but those are all through studios. Like, usually you get the actual author of the original piece. Like, you'll get, you know, Apocrypha's light novel writer on as a major writer or director for the anime, but a lot of the legwork has either already been done by writing the light novel or is done by the fucking animators animating the show, etc. Right? So, like, it's interesting, and honestly, they say like how big the company has gotten. Type Moon's not that big, I don't think. It's still a pretty small. Their company functions basically on the same Dojin Circle model they always have. It's just that they have a lot of clout and a lot of history in this industry, so they can get big business partners, right?
They have the clout.
Like, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Type Moon Studio BB was technically bigger than OG Type Moon because they're an actual dev studio, right? But yeah, it's so I take all your depressing bullshit and I throw it away and I replace it with optimism. I don't think the future's that fucked up. Like, if anything else, like, guys, vaccines exist. They're rolling out. We're going to get this turned around. Shit'll go back to normal. America didn't explode over the election year. I know some people are tired about hearing about American politics or whatever, but listen, we live in America, so that's a very big important point for us. We have not exploded so far. Great. Good. I mean, it might have been. That would have been about a year out, talking about announcing the Tsukihime thing at Anniversary 5. But that was another big thing. Also probably why they didn't make as much money, right?
Yeah.
For that half of the year, because they blew a lot of it on an event they didn't get back.
Yep. They were going to the Tokyo Dome, y'all. That could not have been cheap.
Yeah, and hopefully they'll be able to go back this year. Like,
Maybe.
they'll be able to rearrange it and have all their stuff, because I'm sure they want to bring that back, and boom.
Boom.
So, it's... 2021 should be, on a statistical basis, better, right?
Yes.
We're hopefully going to pack up this disease problem. Sorry, I had a squisher bug on my desk. And, we're not going to have as many immediate issues socially, hopefully, for a lot of places for now. And we can actually get this all, unpacked and back on track. And normal working time can resume, or people can stay working at home if that worked out fine,
I do know some companies who said they're switching more to a work-from-home model just because it's been successful enough.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people are afraid of that, but, it's genuinely interesting, considering, Lucky, we both basically work from home for this, right?
Yeah, for this, yeah.
We run this from home. So, it's interesting. I would say that you're wrong about it's not going to end this year. I mean, it will. It should, because we're working on a vaccine now. We won't. I don't know if we'll vaccinate everybody, but the COVID 2019 panic will, that pandemic will probably stop being pandemical at some point. That's just math. If you give me the whole year to statistically make the quote-unquote pandemic end, I can be like, yeah, that'll happen. Do you want me to be like, will it be over next week or next month? That I don't know, because I don't know those numbers. But if you give me a whole year as a strike zone, I can be pretty confident in a lot of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So, yes, I do believe that 2021 will get stuff, shaken out. And it will be a good... okay, it's 2021 right now, literally. But
Thanks, Tom.
it's not magically better, but it is a new year, and we do know that things are headed in a hopefully a better direction, right? So,
He may get set pats. Oh, sorry, talking about
yeah, he's talking about the event. That's okay. This is our last mailbag question. We've been going for 2.5 hours. Not the worst. We definitely went way longer the other time. Last live show. Well, I'll close that tab on Kira. I don't hear me anymore. But yeah, I think it's time to... There's also 4 different vaccines, my dude. I'm not a medical expert. I know we got a lot of them, but there are multiple procedures through trial. So again, you give me the scale, I'm pretty sure it will actually, shake out. But it was a rough year.
Yeah, but
for
hey,
some people.
Life's road is not smooth, so meh. It's how you roll with the punches. Anyway, I think that is.
We answered it.
We answered that. So that is mailbag. Huzzah! We are done.
That is table saw.
Yeah, the cabinets are still being done. I literally have to tell people, it's no, I can't. I have to go do this stream. But they will not stop. They will continue the table saw. You guys might... you people might not know, but Lucky, for the past few days, has been working on remodeling the kitchen. We are literally ripping out all the cabinets, all the counters, and the island, and replacing it with a new sink, new counter, new countertop, new island, and 5-foot fucking cabinets that go across the entire fucking wall. Across 2 walls. It's intimidating. It's fucking intimidating. I'm gonna take a picture and show y'all later, but only after the kitchen's been cleaned, because I don't want you to see a fucking messy house. I hate that. I super fucking hate that. Ugh.
It happens. Stuff happens. Shockingly to me, at least, for my personal experience in life, the idea of suddenly having to remodel a kitchen is not that weird to me. I'm like, no, that's a thing that happens. That happens in life sometimes.
Yeah, but I'll show you guys later. Probably, I don't know, maybe on Twitter or something. So you'll know what table saw.
Follow us on Twitter. Anyway, it's time for Chaldea Free Talk.
Yeah,
Robin.
So, right off, for Chaldea Free Talk, we got Sparrows Inn, super fresh, first impressions. Lucky actually wrote this title for once.
Yeah. You wrote this all last night, too.
Yeah, no, like I said, I knew I was going to be playing a bit on stream here, and I didn't get as much as far because I have to stop to talk. Because that's the thing about FGO events. There's a lot of reading involved, and I can do many things multitasking. Talking about something different and reading something else is not one of them, unfortunately. I don't have that kind of processing power.
I
but,
also am usually bad at that.
Yeah. But I did do the first node almost as soon as it came out because I was excited. And I did note a few things. So apparently, right off the bat, this event is taking place in the new Chaldea, Novum Chaldea. Apparently, right after the Chinese Lost Bell, Gordolf actually mentions that how Sion immediately holed herself up in her lab once we got back. Also, it's remarked that how OG Da Vinci apparently spent the year between, the Epic Remnant time, personally inscribing the record of events on all the Servant Saint graphs. I'm just all like, whoa. Apparently, this is the reason why, even though we have to resummon servants, they remember the events, and there's still the same people that we know. It's actually been remarked about this, how fucking you get glomped by Kiyohime and other such things. So, again, I am glad they go a little bit out of their way to explain this. And I said I had a bit of a sad. I was like, oh, Da Vinci.
They also canonically remind everybody that technically, if you summon a servant multiple times, they don't remember things.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a good casual thing to mention, because people won't always. People won't always recall that little bit of lore fact.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, keep going.
So, you're basing that. You are talking about New Year's. You go to the cafeteria. There's Kat. She's all like, boom, I'm making New Year's food. And you're like, yay! Casually drops the name Benienma. Foreshadowing. When you get a call on the system's PA, which has a lovely ping pong bong bong. It's not good as Shiki's, but it's okay. And Gordolf's all like, hey, come to the command room. We got stuff. And you go there, and he's like, bam, New Year's money. And I'm all like, sweet. Hey, Gordolf, this doesn't look like fucking 2 years of work in here. He has no answer for this, because we still haven't got paid for that. How dare. Also, Gordolf, where did you get money in the first place?
2 years money.
It's
Gordolf. Of course he has money. He's a director. You don't think he has money?
Yeah, so, you're enjoying that, and Sion, it's all like, hey, guys, cool, happy New Year's. Do you know it'd be real cool right now? If y'all Rayshift and you're just all like, what? And Sion basically goes on to explain that she's been working with Trimestis 2, and thanks to all the data that she's got and all the cramming she's been in her lab, she has now been able to give the Paper Moon the same ability to Rayshift like Shiba. It can't go quite as far back as Shiba can, because, it wasn't originally built for that, but it can do some stuff. And guess what? There seems to be this super peaceful, low-key singularity happening right now. Looks like there might be a resort inn or there's something there. Why don't you go? And immediately, Tamamo kicks down the door. Kiyohime kicks down the door. And Tomoe kicks down the door. And you're all like, alright, sure, why not? Cool, let's do this. And Gordolf's like, okay, sweet. Y'all go do that. I'm gonna be enjoying my fucking red bean soup in my fucking room. Peace, y'all. Sion's all like, excuse me. Gives Gordolf the stone cold stare, and just all like, no, you gotta go too. And it's like, you gotta, and Gordolf's just like, but what about my protection? Boom, enter Fion and Saber Diamond. And the coordinates are entered. You're going now. Bye.
I just want to say, I didn't realize I missed it. I missed the little Ray Shift speech, as they go through the whole thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Commence, unsummon, start.
Yeah. Oh, that is true. Pinbird says I did want to mention that. Kat does mention her animation update, and I was like, but Kat, we got that a while ago. Thanks for the fourth wall break, though. Love ya. Mwah. So, we go. And like I said, Lucky, you can see exactly how far fucking Lucky is. I just got done with the first fucking chapter. I'm in fucking chapter 2 now.
Yeah.
As we have gotten to the end. We got lost immediately. We found a sparrow getting bullied by monkeys, so I punted them. Sparrow's all like, oh, thank you. And I'm all like, this thing's so fucking cute. Tamamo's like, this thing's so fucking delicious. But she refrains. And the sparrows just all like, oh, I'm so grateful. Are you gods? I'm all like, to some, maybe. And it's all like, you must be customers. Let me take you to this sweet-ass place. And you literally go to a place that looks like the fucking inn from Spirited Away. At which point, Tamamo, Kiyohime, and Tomoe goes in, start having PTSD flashbacks. You find out that this place is run by one Benienma, the proprietress of... what did they call it? Enma-Tae? Enma-Tae?
Yeah, Enma-Tae.
Enma-Tae, excuse me. A place where the number one location for gods, demons, and humans that get lost. You find out that the girls are having bad time because apparently Benienma came to the Throne of Heroes, because apparently it's a fucking place, and did a 60-day home economic course. And you get to see flashbacks of just Benienma going Gordon Ramsay on their asses. Yes, King of Hearts, I know she mentions her animation update because this is JP when she got it, but we got it early because we don't do things like that, I guess.
Yeah, anyway.
But everyone's having fun reminiscing. Apparently, Tamamo and Kiyohime has at least gotten better at their cooking, but Tomoe Gozen has not. And at this point, I feel like Benienma is probably going to give up on her a little bit. She's like, I just can't handle you, girl. And then we find out that there is a commotion going over in the tribute hall, where Gordolf, Fion, and Saberdiemen, who had apparently been lost for 3 days, stumble into this hall filled with food, and Fion and Saberdiemen just like, I'm just gonna fucking eat it. Gordolf, who has a semblance of more control and rationality, is all like, this is totally a bad idea. Oh, I also want to shout out to Moneyed Monkey, a mysterious guest, one of the 3 Imma-Tae freeloaders. Second one is something snake. I forgot.
Chief Snake.
Chief Snake, who talks in the greatest dialect, just little old me's, calling people hun. It's great. Not sure if man or woman. Don't care. Love them anyway. But they talk about this food's offerings for God. It's okay to eat it, but one should not mess with that fucking box. For some odd reason, Gordolf goes to mess with that fucking box. Unfortunately, I think I was trying to read and talk at the same time, so I actually kind of finally made the concept. I'm probably gonna have to go read that later. But anyway, the box gets opened, the gratitude comes out, there's a bright price light. That's when we show up. And Benienma's all like, y'all, you just lost like our last past earnings from the gods for the past year. Tamamo goes on the sideline. She's talking about QP. You just cost some cold hard cash. And Benienma's like, yeah, what she said. So now you're really super into debt. Otherwise, everyone's going to get turned into fucking pigs. And we literally can't leave the inn because we would get hit with divine punishment immediately. So Benienma, not being one to let things, keep her down, decided to work you all to death. Figuratively or literally. But decides to give you some nice rooms and let you enjoy the inn's hospitality while you work things off. And that's where I am in the story right now as we try to figure out what the fuck we're going to do.
I think the other big thing we need to mention is that at some point in here, and I don't even know, it might be in the scene after this, but somewhere in here, Mash puts on a special New Year's costume of herself.
They did mention that
canonically at some point. Oh yeah, Tamamo brings you. She brings you your New Year's Mystic code.
Yeah, no. Tamamo mentions that she uses Shinto religion, a bit of curse, and some magic to make the yukatas. And Kiyohime chimes in that she added a scale too, and that they are both filled with their love.
Yeah.
I
so
appreciate.
Mash switches to her New Year's sprite. Not very often seen, but also very cool. And that's kind of where we are.
Yes, that's right.
I've done a refurbishment, but I'm not going to talk about that yet because Lucky hasn't got there. There is a little bit of thing there, but just in general, this is really good. One, getting to go out with Mash and Gordy. That's just a great writing quality, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's like
Gordy for a New Year's bonus.
Like this doesn't seem like a high threat, intense event.
No, that's what Sion said. Where she was like, "Listen, there's going to be no demonic beasts. There'll be no horrible time wiggles or nothing. I'm just sending you to a fucking resort to see if it works. And then it broke, but again, we need to have some conversation with Sion about redundancy, but...
Yeah, because, didn't give the master or magic communicator, and Gordy lost the one that he had. It's just like...
Yes. I'm also pretty sure that canonically MASH is not rolling out with Ortonex either, which would probably be a good idea right about now. Even though you're forced to pick her in the story. You also got to see Lucky's... actions on screen in that first Benienma fight.
Oh, Jesus.
That was actually a little bit rough.
I thought I wasn't gonna make it, but my Tomoe goes in, fucking pulled a fucking clinch at the end there.
It's one of those big dick swinging boss checks. It's like, oh hey, you lost Belt 3 to be here. Remember?
Yeah.
Don't slack off. There she is.
Yeah.
There's New Year's MASH.
That's good. That's some good shit.
So, yeah. All in all, it's pretty fun. I think I talked about this with Lucky. It's good that direct, normal Tamo gets so much action. Like, she is part of our power trio here, and arguably one of the most vocal and helpful. Like, Tomoe is effective, but she's... Tomoe is not incompetent, except at cooking, but she's also clearly off her game because usually she's about fucking yeeting people into the sky and shooting them with arrows, right? And Kiyohime is Kiyohime, so her effectiveness comes in super specific circumstances. Also, it's decent to see Fionn and Deermud be buddy cops and not trying to fight us, kind of a thing, right?
Yeah, they still have the same attitudes to them, but it's nice to have them on our side, I guess.
Yes, and also be honestly quite dedicated to they like immediately jump in and like, you're going somewhere cool? You need bodyguards? We'll protect you, director. Right? Like
wait, didn't they make a I feel like there was a JoJo ref somewhere in this when they entered or something.
Possibly. There are a lot of references in here. Like,
I think I might have missed
several name checks to Spirited Away.
No, because I'm pretty sure Goldolf mentioned something about how Saber DM had entered looking like a fucking... Fuck, now I gotta double check.
I have to double check the script.
Yeah.
Nobody's been yelling about it, so I don't know. I feel like I missed it. But there's a lot of references, like we said. Sion references the fact that she's a fighting game character.
Yep, Melted Blood.
She comes up with a lot of these weird references. There's a lot of other oblique references to things. So it'll be interesting to see. Yeah, I got a couple of things that I don't want to talk about those until Lucky's there, so I'll skip him.
We'll definitely have him next week.
Yeah, we'll probably... I think you can finish the event... So it's point ladder based, so you might not technically, but we should be at least decently along in the story if we don't go through the whole thing by next show week, which will be a normal show. We hope you enjoy the live streams, but we're gonna cycle it back down to normal show making. It's New Year. Consider supporting us on Patreon if you want to listen to live. That also will mean probably going back to shorter shows for a little bit, which is okay, I don't always want to be up to daily reset time doing the show.
Yeah, we only got an hour till then.
Yeah, well, let's see if I can wrap up in an hour, because if we're going to move out of the first impressions, which Lucky, wrote down last night, we can move into some of the stuff I wrote down today.
Yay.
Time for New Servant Details, Sword Jesus Edition.
Jesus!
So he's finally here. The meme is dead. Good heavens, look at the time. It's time for Muramasa. And he is a saber. I know there were several people who would be like, what if he's a caster? What if he's an alter ego? What if he's your mom? I don't know. He's a saber. They didn't make it weird. He's a fucking saber. And he's an AoE art saber, too, which several people pointed out. I very presciently called out last week when I was talking about how Delightworks could add more AoE art sabers. and I guess they heard me, because here we are. So, in terms of attack stats, his attack is on the lower end. It's right down there with Artoria and Saber Shiki, interestingly enough. But his HP is fairly high on the list. He's tied with Mordred, like literally the exact same HP as Mordred. That's also very funny. I think they're both number 4 in terms of sabers. So, decent HP. Attack is lower. but also some people say that Artoria is, you know, one of the best sabers in the game right now, so it's not always the raw stats that matter. He's rocking a quick arts buster deck. Somewhere of vanilla archer Emiya cries. Though, to be fair, Muramasa is a saber. He's got well-rounded hit counts and NP gain, right, by default. Like, he's got, like, 5.9. And he's got 3 hits arts cards, 3 hit buster cards, 2 hit quick cards, and 5 hit extra, I think. I really need to look through his animations. I wonder if he has different ones for different Ascent. His Ascension arts are pretty cool, by the way. His first one is the one we see normally, but there's also a, like, full robe one and then a more Emiya-styled one where he's got white hair and tan skin. It's cool. It's great.
It is super great. I'm excited. I will be rolling.
Oh, boy, howdy. Will. I mean, he is Muramasa. He's Shirou. He is also Swordman and arts, of course. Why wouldn't I? The funny thing is that I can't put limited 0 over on him, probably. It would be a waste.
It would be.
I should put Formal Craft on him instead.
Oh, man. Shout out to fucking a lot of artists and VAs. I've been seeing a lot of posts of them getting their MP5 Muramasa. I'm just like, Jesus.
Yeah.
No,
it's a big pull.
Yeah, no. FGO, specifically JP series, are making fucking bank right now.
Yeah. I mean, we always knew they would when they busted it out, and now is just the right time. It was the time to bring in the new year. Time to bring out Muramasa. It's on theme.
Mm-hmm.
So, speaking of themes, hey, guess what, guys? His NP is AoE arts. It's the move. It's the Muramasa Tsukiwari. It plays the song. It's great. So, this is a pretty fun one. It gives him a double dose of 10% NP damage and 10% arts. Though the arts, by the way, is overcharge based and lasts for 3 turns. I think it goes up to 30% at 300% charge. But so he's already got double damage mods on his NP. Every time, no matter what you do, he gets 10% NP damage and 10% arts.
Mm-hmm.
It also, when he hits them, it strips the enemy of their offensive buffs.
Oh, no.
Critical damage, gone. Musashi's double hits, out of there.
Oh, God.
Card up, get out of here. On-hit attack mods, like really annoying shit, get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. Throws them all away. Get rid of them. Eat them. And that's his major NP thing. Honestly, you may think to yourself, that's pretty normal, but fun. Offensive buff removal is a fun aspect, and I don't know a lot of characters who have it on an NP. But how do you get the most out of that damage, especially considering he does have that lower attack? Well, so his first skill is basically super projection. It gives him 30 to 50% on all card types for 1 turn.
Terrifying.
It ups his star weight for 1 turn, and it gives him I think it's 1 turn, and then it gives him an infusion of stars right now, 15 stars right away. So basically for that turn. So you get your universal Brave Chain steroid. Also, Muramasa eats all your stars and produces up to 15 stars to then eat and yeet at the enemy. Great. That's a great skill. Cool. Perfect. I love it. That's perfectly normal for an Emiya Shirou face, right?
Yeah.
Now we get some wild stuff. Second skill is super fun. Okay. I believe it's called Karmic Vision is the translation. So, first of all, he gets Pierce Invul for 1 turn. Fuck your defenses. Then he gets a 1 turn 50 to 100% critical damage buff versus enemies with Evade or Invul. That's right. If you try to dodge, it sucks harder.
No.
This is very similar to Old Man William Tell's NP damage, but this is on a skill for crits. Also, normally, he gets 50 to 100% star generation and critical damage up for 3 turns. That's right. If you max the skill to level 10, that's 200% critical damage if you land a crit on an enemy who is evaded or is invuled.
That's terrifying.
For that 1 turn. Yeah, no, holy shit. His final skill is a 30 to 50% battery. Great, I love it. What would make me love it even more? It gives him an on-attack buff, which generates 5 to 10% more NP per hit on top of his actual NP gain skill. This is nuts. This is wild, guys. Like, before I even get into passives, this kit is absolutely... Senji Muramasa only exists to keep hitting you with his NP. That is That is the one power allowed Senji Muramasa, is to spam his NP over and over again and land probably arts crits and just be like, all right, you die. Oh yeah, I should mention that earlier. His NP is also defense ignoring. So if your enemy has defense up, they don't get it. I think the only thing that can stop him is damage cut. This, by the way, means that as an enemy, Muramasa is going to be a pain in the dick to fight if he pops some of these skills. So watch out. But no, like he exists to fire NP repeatedly. Can't NP right now? 50% battery. 50% battery. Go into some arts crits because you can NP AA chain. You can get big crits. Is your enemy turtling, trying to defend? No, fuck them. Are they trying to get big, trying to beef up to do damage? Fuck them. Get rid of those too.
You cannot stop this man.
No. So remember how I said that I called Ibuki Doji an anti-asshole unit? Muramasa is also an anti-asshole unit in a different way. He's like, hey, are you trying to do something annoying with offense? No. Stop it. Stop that. Get some help.
Boop, that's new.
And he can continue. I don't know exactly. Like, I haven't seen like his crazy loop effects stuff, but like, feed this guy a Casador, a Tori, or a Tamamo. And actually, I would honestly say again, a lot of people, Tamamo's not dead because Tamamo has skill cooldown. A lot of Muramasa's has 6-turn cooldown, so you might want to spice that up a little bit. But like you feed him somebody who can help him generate NP. Or boost his arts, he will just keep spamming. I haven't seen any loop videos yet, but I bet they exist. So, you're gonna get some pretty spicy turns of just slamming that NP over and over again.
I hope you like Unlimited Alloyed works.
Also, yes, people talk about Castoria. No, he does not beat her her special NP buff, because that is... the Enforcement Protocol is non-pierceable invul. So he categorically does not, and it is not a defensive buff, so it doesn't... Or it is a defensive buff, not an offensive buff, I should say, so it does not get stripped. But literally everybody else, he bullies their defenses, and does so repeatedly. So let's talk about his passives. I haven't mentioned those yet. He's got Magic Resistance B. He's got Territory Creation A, as you would expect from a Shirou face. Honestly, Emiya probably wishes he has that Territory Creation A right about now. And then he has 2 unique skills, which are great. First of all, he has a team-wide 5% critical up.
Oh.
That's right. You put this motherfucker on the field, everybody gets 5% crit up. It's like a Bond CE, but good. Almost like literally everybody's Bond CEs should do this. And then, here's a real fun one, Lucky. Muramasa has a passive 20% bonus damage versus King Servants.
Oh, because of the
King
swords.
type enemy, he has a yeah, because of the swords, which are supposed to be
cursed. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yes, there are actually like because of the actions of the Tokugawa shogunate and stuff. Expect some of this theming to come back up in Okyu, by the way. Muramasa blades were actually outlawed because they were used by some certain samurai groups to kill certain people in government positions. So, yes, he has a passive king buff. Now, sadly, this does not mean that Muramasa, I don't believe, can bully Gilgamesh like Emiya Shirou can, just because Gil doesn't have any hard defenses. So, he cannot maximize his damage. But there are some pretty fun interactions. This also means that, arguably, he's right up there with Mordred in terms of beating up Lancer Artorias with his passive king damage and all his special bonuses and stuff. So yeah, all in all, his build, basically, hey, he's got an unlimited Bladeworks type Noble Phantasm. He does what you'd expect him to do. He unlimitedly works the blade. The sword lad himself, he's just going to keep firing that NP over and over again, and he will do so in spite of enemies who are trying hard not to get bullied. It's a very well put together and cohesive, like I would say an arts type spam build. Like, not a stall, though he certainly helps with that, but he has no hard defenses on his own. His strategy is kill. His
strategy is blue cards go burr.
Yes, his strategy is sword. You know, he has created over 1,000 blades. He will use all of them over and over again until the enemy dies. And no, he does not explode like a rash when he does that. That was just probably a particular limit of the situation he was summoned in. But yeah, no, it's pretty cool.
I'm done. I forgot I don't have a fucking battery. Good job. Good fucking job, Lucky.
So somebody's posted a video. He can kind of loop on archers, even though that's his class disadvantage. So like, yeah, no, he's good at this. He's a good guy. He's fun. I am definitely in there for that action, right? Like that is the spam super attacks over and over again is literally the type of unit I like to use, and he is sword. He is become sword.
He is sword. I forget.
Man, sword, man.
I forget the most basic things, I swear. Anyway, yeah, no, I'm super excited.
Yep. Okay. Actually, this would be the start of 2019. So I think it's time to move on to our near future observation lens, Shirou, January 2021 edition, and let you know what's probably coming this month.
Yeah.
So we're doing Daily Report of Sparrows Inn. There will be a second banner, don't forget, that will have Old Man Lee on it. And also Saber Deermid if you care. Some people were bamboozled, astonished by the fact that he is a unit who exists. We're not going to get either of those campaigns. So, yeah, I think the only thing, other than that if they squeak something in there, which they probably will, just because, let's see. Well, okay, actually, let me double check the timing on this. Yeah, so basically, expect there to probably be a bye week after this, right? Like maybe they'll tuck something else in there. But there were a lot of like promo campaigns that we've already gotten, like Heaven's Field 2 was in JP this year. We've already did that. So. Same with, we've already gotten our special releases for the Babylonia stage performance. That basically got lumped into the anime stuff for us. We already have that CE and things. Like, I don't know if they'll make something up to, like, bring back an Enkidu banner or a Ivan banner. Though Ivan was in the Thanksgiving rotation, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so they've already done that. I think the only thing we're missing out is maybe a Shibo raid up there, but there will probably be another questionnaire for some tickets. Because it's that time of year. But the big thing is that, let's see, when does, so, that also ended the 15th of January in JP, and Prisma started the 23rd. Let me actually look at the calendar, is that 18th, 23rd? Yeah, so expect a bye week, and then we should probably expect Prisma Codes rerun to start. And maybe not even a bye week, maybe a few days off to do some campaigns. Expect it to start pretty shortly thereafter to do the Prisma rerun with the new unit Miyu and stuff. That will be pretty fast thereafter. They might do a 1-for-1. I could see them tightening it up and doing Prisma right away after. I hope they don't, though, because that is, what, 2 weeks? Let me check. Yeah, that's 2 weeks, so if they did that a week earlier, that would mean that the very next event, which, unless they give us another break week on that, will be Voice and Letter Collection, which start, like, in January. God, I hope they don't start Valentine's in January.
Oh, God.
Like, we need as much buffer time before they issue that update as possible. Because FGO about to get swole, guys. But so just watch your sixes, okay?
Stay frosty. We get Annie 4 early because we started the game earlier than JP.
Yes, literally everything in the first half of the year has to move up basically a month. I expect that'll be easy, though, because as we've talked about, the gap between the story gap for Lost Belt 4 was actually quite long in JP. So there are actually, like, in the month of, like, May and June, there's a lot of fucking nothing banners and events that they can actually just get rid of. So if, like May, for instance, had a special banner that ran like 2 weeks for Learn with Manga Volume 2. As much as lucky once that DaVinci raid up, we're probably not going to do that whole big banner thing. We'll probably do something different. Similarly, there were some arcade promotions that aren't going to come over here unless they decide to release a console version of arcade. You know, I'm still hoping. Right, like there's a lot of things they can move around to make room to make sure that we can get our Lost Belt release out of the way cleanly before our anniversary. Because I think even the way the time runs out, like in JP, the Lost Belt 4 campaigns ended, like the second campaign, which has the actual limited unit on it, ends on the 6th of July in JP, which would be like just after when we normally do our celebrations, because usually they roll in anniversary stuff for us into the July 4th weekend. Mm-hmm. I assume they would probably want to try and make sure they tuck that a couple of days ahead of time so they're not doing so much event stuff back to back to back with like big updates. But yeah, we need to like scooch stuff up like a week or two to make sure everything works out. Somebody asking why Valentine's is so bad. For the new Valentine's event, it's called Voice and Letter Collection. Every Valentine's scene will be voiced with audio. That means audio files going on your phone.
Which means space.
And possibly not on your phone directly, like FGO does have that data download versus not downloading data thing. That probably means, though, if you don't download data, you're going to get a lot of lag doing those Valentine scenes because it'll have to load audio clips. Because some of those Valentine scenes are fucking long, guys. Jeez. And complex. Somebody just asked, apparently they're late. Yes, we will get the new Ushi this year. They said we would. They showed her silhouette in a picture of stuff that was coming this year.
Yes. When?
But yeah, that's basically our stuff. So the thing you need to watch out for, besides doing Enma-Tae, remember to put in your reps. It's very important. Is we will get the Prisma rerun this month. So look out for that. I know some of you haven't done it, so you're excited for that. We'll see how that goes. Again, it should be very early into February. We're going to get the Valentine's event. Like, it was only on the 6th in JP anyway. So keep your courts handy. And again, be prepared for possibly big data updates. This is why this month I will get a new phone. I don't know what kind of phone I'm going to get, but I'm going to make sure I have plenty of storage space. I want to make sure like 32 minimum, but hopefully 64 if it's affordable. And I want to make sure I have what's FGO's minimum requirements? 2 gigabytes of RAM. I think that's it.
I believe so.
Something like that. And I say I want to make sure I get a new phone because you can play FGO on tablets. I know that also it sometimes gives you free tablets. It is designed for phones. I would rather work it on the thing it's designed for. But yeah, so there's your heads up on the future.
Yay! Everyone plan accordingly.
They're saying 3 gigs of RAM now? Okay. Listen, I'll keep that in mind. I gotta verify the, like what carrier network to use for my service and stuff. So, and I got a whole month. It's fine.
Mikon. Thank you, Bearded Amish Guy, for the $5. Super appreciate you.
Yeah, shout out to Super Chatto Time.
Chatto Time.
So yeah, I gotta do some research for that. Keep that in mind, folks at home.
But
I can just Google that new system. FGO, recommended operating system, blah. 2 gigabytes or more of RAM, incompatible with Intel CPUs.
Yes, we stream. Streaming What's Up has become the new norm. By the way.
Yeah, we will stream What's Up as well. We always do that. We've been doing that for a month or two now. So yeah, at least FGO NA still says it's 2 gigabytes or more. It's incompatible with Intel CPUs, so watch out for that. That means I'm gonna have to remember that, because that would be a real pain in the ass to spend, you know, a few $100 on a new phone, several hundreds of American dollars, and get a thing that, even though it's got the stats, it has the incompatible processors. What thoughts on Arknights? Are you sure you want to hear those thoughts? I'm warm. I got a window open. Oh well, the show's winding down. We'll be out here soon, so it'll be fine. We can go like lay on the back deck and cool off. Or hot in here. That's our new future observation lens. It's going to be a pretty even keel cruise for this month. Like I said, just focus on doing Enma-Tae, and then you've got a rerun on the back half. So, the only other bit of business is that it's now a new year and a new month, which means new stuff and polls. So, go ahead. Because I want to double check what I wrote down, what we're doing. So, as expected, the poll results form a giant middle finger to me. So I was right on the ball today. I released the monthly topic poll for January for patrons, which, by the way, all of your Patreon payments have been processed. We are in the process of getting paid out and distributing that money right now.
Hi, Carlos. Thank you for the donation. I super appreciate you. I blow you a kiss. Mwah.
Yeah, people are activating the super shadow time at the end now. By the way, Lucky is shouting these out because I think we trade back and forth on talking about super chats when we do the stream, but I'm literally looking at a different tab. So
Lucky also has the benefit of double monitors.
Yeah, that's another. I talked about that earlier. That's one of my other future plans. Is definitely get double monitors so I can do more interesting stream stuff and like hopefully figure out some more interesting displays with things. But that's a future me thing. And like I said, unfortunately for double monitors, Omega, the phone thing comes first, because I will. If this update is like, I don't think the update is necessarily completely gonna be like push this version of FGO over 8 gigabytes of size, but if you have data downloaded, the current version of JP of FGO is like 8.5 gigs, so make sure you got enough space. If your phone doesn't have big boy storage, you might not have enough, and mine doesn't. Mine is unfortunately was a pretty fast and cheap buy. Okay, sorry, I was distracted. Somebody was talking about Intel CPUs. Okay, I'll make sure not to use a Chromebook then, if that's normally what uses Intel chips. Anyway, so I said I was pretty on the ball, and you can get in there now if you haven't already. The monthly topic polls are posted. So for Teach Me Omega Sensei, we have 3 questions to cover this last time. Who are the 3 founding families? What are dead apostles / true ancestors? What are the true magics? Just cover all those. Shocking, nobody. With 75% out of 8 votes total, with 14 days left, dead apostles / true ancestors is winning. Who could have guessed? There was some smartass in Discord who was like, does Omega have to talk about vampires now? And I'm like, I already did. That was already going to happen. I already called that shot weeks ago that this was happening. The fact that the Tsukihime remake has been announced probably doesn't change this result. It only propels us further towards the future. But yeah, it's pretty. It's only 8 votes. We have a decent slide of patrons who can vote, so it might turn around. But it's very, very strongly leaning towards dead apostles and true ancestors.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about a poll that's much more up in the air, I think. Continuing after our popularity. I don't think I remember seeing a shitload of comments about it, but we did do that show live, and I do believe in the moment a lot of people liked the Red Baron bit, so we're continuing to do Fanservant Friday.
Mm-hmm.
People seem to like it. Stretching me. Fanservant Friday for January. Like I said, I think on last week's show, February is going to be super easy to pick for obvious reasons. This one I had to think about with my brain meats. And I ultimately settled on a kind of a rough, wintry beginnings theme So picking some things that are focused on winter holidays, and some other, seasonally appropriate choices.
Despair, thank you for the $5. I super appreciate you. You get a pachi pachi. Pachi 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 pachi.
God, all the Sims must have woken up.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting Super Chatto timed right now.
I'm excited.
Super Chatto, big chicken soup, big chungus grass. Whatever that dumb English quote is that always makes Coco go crazy. So my 4 choices for Fan Servant Friday are Dead Moroz, a writer. This was after Ivan's appearance in the Christmas event. If you don't know Dead Moroz, Grandfather Winter is a Santa Claus-like figure in a lot of Slavic countries, especially Russia, because during the Soviet period, a big red man was not allowed there. But interestingly enough, Christmas was also not popular during that period, so there are a lot of Christmas-like celebrations around New Year's Day. So I figured that'd be good to ruffle him in there. Be a fun design. I also have Johanna, ruler, aka Pope Joan.
Oh yeah, the illusory pope.
Yeah. Is she real? Is she not? Class ruler. Check that out. Currently winning the poll, by the way, with about 50%. But we've only got 6 votes, so get that engagement, guys. And then a mix of the fact that because Enma-Tae is happening this month, and also because I think Setsuban's actually in February, but there are a lot of Demons Be Gone type winter holidays. And like I said, February's theme is already set. It's about Lurv, in case you can't guess. I have picked 2 classical Japanese yokai types. So we have Jorogumo, Berserker.
Oh.
Very old design of mine. And a really new design,
Spiders!
Takayasha Hime, caster. Takayasha Hime, by the way, who is name-checked in Benienma's profile. So, hey, guys, not that this will change my... Unless they, do something in the next 4 weeks, which I don't think they will. But, so remember how I said I'd talk about one of those silhouettes in the JP thing? It's very funny that I decided to add Takayasha Hime, and I'll explain why she's a caster if she wins. She's got votes, so maybe. But, she is also a gacha unit in another popular, Japanese mythology-themed gacha, Onmyodo, which is also available on Steam. I never got a chance to play it, but, it's, about Abe no Seimei and stuff, and I think it's decently popular. It has a shitload of Japanese yokai in it, because of course it does. So her design in the Onmyodo game is very, very similar to that silhouette they showed.
Oh.
She has Oni horns and a Naginata, and I'm just like, that's a funny coincidence. And I thought to myself, also, it's been 2 years since Enma-Tae. I could totally see them finally, because Takayasha Hime is name-checked by Benienma. I could totally see them digging her up at some point, too. So I'm like, that's an interesting coincidence. But yeah, those polls are both up for 5 and up patrons. And remember, you can get in now. You can get in there for a whole year and not have to worry about it. Yearly membership's possible.
Hey, shout out to Despair again with another Super Chatto Tamu. You already got your Pachi Pachi. Don't get greedy.
Yeah, be careful if it's dangerously easy to super chat.
Mm-hmm.
We sometimes have to yell at people. That'll be a great start to our revenue this year, though.
Yeah.
Yay, because it's a new day. It counts. But both of these polls will run until the 15th. You can vote them until then. I don't know for sure if they'll both, pop up the next week, right? We got, 2 more weeks after that. Because we have 5 total Fridays in January, counting this one we're on right now. So that should give us plenty of time to spread out those votes and see what happens. Like I said, I'm pretty sure True Ancestors are going to win, so I'm very curious to see how Fanservant Friday turns out, because currently it's Johanna in first with 50% of the vote. Dead Moroz is in second. Takayasha Hime is in third. And Jorogumo is unfortunately in dead last with 0% of the vote. But you never know. You never know.
You never know.
I mean, I don't want to bias it too much. And honestly, all of these I think will be really interesting for a lot of different reasons, because I think all of these let me kind of stretch my weird fate fan stuff muscles. I got to do a lot of weird syncretism and funny stuff. And Takeyoshi Hime was just fun to write because I did that recently because I think her most famous anecdote is a ukiyo-e triptych of her and summoning a Gashidokuro, a giant skeleton. So that was cool.
Big skeleton.
But definitely there's a lot of interesting things here, and I will be very excited. Like, definitely expect if Johanna doesn't win for her to come back in a future poll, as several other characters will, because, I mean, designing rulers is fun, so. Well, yeah, Loth, it's a new year, it's a new show. It's only 3.5 hours, sorry. 3.5 hours, that's not that crazy for a New Year's show. We go this long all the time.
That's how we do.
But, yeah, that's my business time, I guess. For overall business. And I think that's basically the end of the show, unless Lucky has any business things he's thought of.
No. Lucky been talking about merch. I mean, not merch. Talking about art. Well, I guess it is merch. I think I will try to double down maybe on getting some actual merch out this year. So look forward to that. I have some ideas. As I said, Tyranny Rabbit has become a bit of a staple around the communities. People seem to use the emotes regularly. So I'll see about making some more stuff. And see if I can maybe get some ideas about Sword Mega out. I don't know. I'm stuck on Sword Mega, and unless Omega gives me a better design, he's staying Sword Mega.
Nah, that's fine. That's perfect. And every manner except physical, I am Sword. Now we can get some branding up in here. Like, if you guys on this show, if you guys want, like, what are our New Year's plans for Let's Talk FGO? I don't know if we've got any like crazy plans. We're gonna keep doing the show. We're gonna keep doing stuff we're doing. Like, at some point, like, listen, I got a lot of stuff in the right now in the early bit of the year that I knew I wanted to like get out there. Like, I need the new phone for more storage. I need the new monitor. Well, I don't need a second monitor, but I want a second monitor because it makes a lot of things easier. I'd like to say that at some point we may experiment with webcams, but I don't have a good one right now, and I don't know what their price point is, so I don't want to... Again, talking about big strike areas, I don't want to say that we're going to do webcams this year. We might, though. It's a new year. We might. But yeah, I've got some other, like I said, some ideas for some new shows we might do in the... Or I might do, at least, in the new year, but otherwise just keep an eye out for FGO stuff. Well, Lucky's gonna have to nut up or shut up, but Lucky has promised to do a lot more wanted audios this year, so we're gonna see how that goes.
I mean, I'm already at a page and a half for my Murasaki. Well, it's
nice. All right, good. He's doing it.
I am doing it. Don't worry.
It's good. Okay, so yeah, that'll be an interesting change up because Lucky has already called dibs on a few units this year. Though, God, I'm gonna have a busy. Because I definitely need to do a wanted on Old Man Lee, and I have to do a gut check. Do I want to do a wanted on Miyu? Because usually 4-star wanted do awful. I don't know what's wrong with you people. Especially considering people want to roll Miyu because she's Miyu. People don't like her as a unit, and she hasn't necessarily gotten any buffs, so I don't know how that's going to change.
Honestly, personally, I'd say leave it and save yourself some breathing space.
Yeah, I might just skip it unless there's a huge outcry this month. Got a couple weeks before I need to do it. So let me know, guys, if you really want that wanted Miyu. And then if you lie to me and you don't actually watch it, then I know that you're full of shit and I'll stop. That's the way it goes. You guys need to actually watch stuff you care about. Just heads up. But no, like, immediately after that, at the very least, I'll probably have to do some editing on the Murasaki that Lucky is recording. And then... Oh, gosh, let's see. I don't know if Lucky necessarily wants to do King Protea standalone.
I could if you want me to, but unfortunately,
that's
I don't.
Okay. We should probably, if we're gonna do this, we should probably try and alternate as much as possible, so we're not double stacking too much.
Like, I have the ideas to what I'm doing with Murasaki. I don't know if you have any. I don't have any particular ideas for King Protea. Me, I'm gonna be like, she cute, she big, and then I'm gonna
that
do.
Will probably be easier to handle just because OG characters are interesting that way, but let me see. Let me actually...
Cue Lucky with the Will Smith pose, just pointing at the final ascension. It's just... That's my wanted.
If I can find an image edit of that. If I can put Tyranny Rabbit over it. over a Will Smith picture. We could make that a bed image for some bits. But let's
might do
see.
that.
So,
Oberon, you ain't good and never have been.
King Protea. So, then there's Kama the next month.
Yes.
Then there is Case Files, Renez, CME.
Did I call dibs on Kama? I forget.
I feel like you did, because I didn't have a response like, no, you didn't. I'm just like, did you? I feel like you did.
I feel like I did too. I'll put that in the hopper as well. I'll get working start on that.
Yeah, you got probably a couple of months before that, because that's late March. Okay, so my banners are packed, but I don't think... My main problem is going to be the Lost Belt thing, where that's going to be much like Benienma. That's going to be a rapid-fire back-to-back Ganesha Arjuna altar. Oh, geez. Ganesha Arjuna altar, and also because of our timeline, that's also going to immediately fork into Da Vinci Small. It's just like my real-life problems.
Well...
Because she's the anniversary servant, so that's going to be like... Those are going to be very close together. Do you want a 4-star wanted? I don't know. I believe there is also a standalone Ilya wanted. I could probably. I think I'll probably keep to do the summer group one. Somebody's actually asking how that went. Let me double check. Let me do a search.
Oh yeah, don't forget about Mount Nobu.
Yeah, it's in there somewhere.
I guess you could just talk about Nobunaga as a whole, I guess.
Well, yeah, because I couldn't do that originally. And I can talk a little bit about how, like, the weirdness with Nobunaga, right? Like, the Demon King thing. Let's see.
That sounds like a manga. The weirdness of Nobunaga.
Yes, there is a standalone Ilya. It looks like the first summer big collection one is kind of middle of the pack. You know, not too high, but not too low either. Let me actually show all. But the second part summer one, BB Mave MHXX, was not super great. That didn't break 1K.
I need more wood!
One thing I think I won't be doing, sadly, I know some people wanted this, I probably will not be doing more wanted reduxes for old servants, though, because, Iskandar Mark II hasn't beaten old Iskandar yet, so... It got more comments and more engagement. It did not get more views.
Well, I don't know. Is that necessarily fair? How long was OG Iskandar out?
I mean, okay, it's a 2-year gap. That's fair. Like, I can give it some time to brew, but, like, that doesn't necessarily show me that people are necessarily eager for that video.
Yeah, that's true.
Then again, I don't know if I, like, occasionally get YouTube cop blocked or what, but, like, it's been a little while since a one that's been super huge. Though, obviously, one of them last year was really, really huge. The Scotty one is one of our biggest watched videos, period. At almost 5.5k views. Number 2 in terms of wanted, though, by the way, with a bullet, is Okita Alter. She's over 3k. That's beating Abigail by a lot, who is still our strong number 3. It's interesting how that all works out. But I don't necessarily know how some of this shakes out, and I think for some reason these... No, okay, I'm just misreading that digit. I was wondering if there was, like, an error. There might be a slight error in some of these that are not necessarily YouTube isn't doing their math correctly, but it's all still pretty close. But, like, I don't always know how stuff is going to work. Like, I would have thought Benienma would have done better, but like I said, in terms of stats growth, in terms of recent videos we've done with performance, she is lagging behind Bradamante, which is weird. Also, Bradamante did not do super good, so that's not like she was a blowout hit. So that bodes poorly for Burb.
Oh no, Burb.
But we'll see. Who knows? Maybe after people watch the event and get some time in, they'll start looking out for her. You never know. You never know how this works.
All right, but with that, I think we should close out Omega.
Yeah. There's a little bit of our future plans. Like I said, we're gonna do some fun stuff in this year. Gonna do some interesting things. We'll probably talk more about other rando stuff and plans on What's Up Tomorrow. Make sure to tune in for that. Yes, we will also talk about other gacha stuff. Blah, blah, blah. I'm sure people want to hear about Arknights. I mean, it's almost reset, and I really got to farm. Who knows? I might be doing another... That's, again, more of a What's Up topic, but I don't know what I'm doing to stream this week, so we'll see how that goes.
Loth, if you want to run a community game night, you run a community game night.
Well, the funny thing is, Loth doesn't keep asking people if they want a game, and nobody shows up. But if we don't tell anybody about it and show up, we'll get 50 dudes and have to throw out some of them.
Yeah.
It's funny how stuff works. But yeah, no, I should probably maybe get some other foodstuffs and maybe, like I said, go somewhere cool for a little bit. Let's wrap up. Like I said to wrap up. Lucky said to wrap up. We should wrap up. So, let's grab a head. Listen to that sweet, sweet table song.
Yep. Going wild.
Third host, Saw.
I'd like to play it here.
Oh no.
Yeah, it will definitely be none of that for us. But, time to wrap up. So, hey, I mean, if you haven't already, we've already got 40 likes, it's great. But if you haven't, shoot us a like. If you liked it. If you have any comments after the broadcast is over, you can leave those in the comment section down below. And we will be returning back to normal procedure. Record on Friday, not for everybody. Post on Saturday.
Yes.
You know, this was just a fun seasonal thing because we lined up with 2 holidays 2 weeks in a row. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
And also, because it was 2020, like, there was no concern about either of us, like, going out of town.
No.
Yeah. You know, shoot us a comment if you want to leave a comment. If you're new here and haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. We're edging ever closer to, you know, what was it? 2,900 and then on to 3K.
Yep. Ooh, excuse me.
It's been a little bit since we had a big sub push. You can do it, guys. We can hit 3K. We'll probably do another live stream if we do that.
Hey, it's Kevin Weeks. What's up? We're about to leave.
Rip. Okay. So, you know, sub if you haven't already. Even if you're already subscribed, hit that bell for notifications so you always know when we post a new video. Like when we do these special streams, when we stream What's Up, when I post one in the middle of the night, when we stream other stuff, etc., etc. It's very important to have on you and to do stuff. You can also join our channel if you want to get sweet emotes like that Doot or that fancy hat bunny. Join our memberships, and more memberships we get, the more emotes we can have. It's great. It's a great feature.
Mm-hmm.
Lucky said he's going to art more this year, so there will maybe be sub badges that he's drawn. Or when I have free time next, I might just kit bash something. We'll see. If I kit bash something really ugly, Lucky will definitely work on it because he will hate it and not be okay with it being there. But also, like it said at the front of the show, you can support us on Patreon. You can still get this episode in audio format, downloadable, edited, so it'll be slightly shorter. The pauses will be taken out, but not all the ums and none of the table saws. Unless I get like a really good standalone, nothing but table saw noise clip, but I probably won't. But it will be edited and it'll be available for everybody for as little as $1 a month or $10 a year. It's a new year. Consider supporting us on Patreon. And you can also get access to those polls I mentioned, lots of other stuff, and that's everything. Lucky mentioned merch. We do have some merch if you want to score some OG Tyranny Rabbit gear. There's a link to our Teespring store down there.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the first things getting updated.
So, you know, we have some like logos and other designs that you can check out if you want. And like you said, he's planning on maybe doing some more designs that I can throw on more shirts throughout the year. All right. That's us. So now we just need to think of some kind of way to end it and cut it off and just get out of here.
Everyone, I hope you have a great new year, and I give you all my blessings for future love, fortune, and fortitude.